All gotta come together. No. Yeah. Everybody got opinions. Let's talk about it. Communication is key. Let's build around it. We do this for the people. The people founded it. Black love, stay strong, no way around it. We anti-genocide, we ride for the cause. Got love for our sisters, and love for our dogs. Respect the young and elderly, you all been invited to be inspired. Come together, better got violent. Gotta watch for the cops, gotta watch for the ops, gotta watch for the politicians that play with the odds. If you know, then you know. Plant the seed and it grows. Welcome to the show. This is what we know. 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 Yeah. This is what we know.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What up, what up with everybody that's in here? Hey, listen, I'm back. What's happening, my peoples? What's going on, man? What's popping with everybody? Hey, if you can hear me loud and clear on the microphone, man, just give me a 1 in the chat. Give me a 1 in the chat. It's your boy JT. What's happening? What's happening, everybody? Came back. Black Man Unfiltered. I had to come out here and get this show popping. We got to keep the show going, y'all. We got to keep the show going. Absolutely, absolutely. What's happening, everybody? What's happening? I see everybody kind of trickling in. We got our people coming up in the spot. Got a couple of videos tonight, man. We gonna talk. I'm gonna bring some people up on the panel tonight. We're gonna have some discussions about a lot of this shit that's been going on, a lot of things we've been seeing in this world we call the internet. These internets is something else, man. I'm just glad to be back doing another show. Again, it's the What We Know.
What?
It was the What We Know before.
What?
It's still the What We Know right now. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, man. I see the people that's coming up in here. I already know. What is this? My man. Is it, how do you pronounce this? Or I don't know if a female man or something. Is it Turn Lioness? All right. My man Lit is in the building. What's going on, boy? What's popping with you? Hey, man, you about to turn 50? Hey, let me know so we can welcome you the right way, bro, up in here. 50%, that's what we are right now. I'm 52% now, so I'm too damn old for this shit, man. What's going on, Champ Talk? Frank, what's going on with you, boy? What's popping with you, my guy? Love that you come in here, bro. My homegirl El Cheapo is in the building. And definitely, man, I always got to give this brother a big shout out. Big Bad Bull is in the building. Sir. What's going on, Big Bad Bull? What's popping with you, boy? What's popping with you, man? Most definitely. Oh, man, what you say? It's called, it's pronounced Turn Lone Needs Us. Okay. All right. I get it before the night is over with, man. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I got to get my chops back up in here doing this damn thing up here on this podcast, bro. I'm glad that you did show up over here, man. Absolutely. All right, y'all. Look, y'all know the latest news is the homeboy. What's the young man's name that was with the rapper, the female rapper? Everybody was sitting there saying that the man He shot her in the foot. He had a gun and all these different things. And I can tell you right now, I could pull many clips on Black Men Unfiltered, my own other panels where the dudes were saying that man was innocent, that he did not shoot that woman. You dig what I'm saying? He did not shoot her. We all were saying it. But you always had people that was sitting there saying, no, he did it. But we knew it was some mess already. I'm gonna talk a little bit about that once I bring the fellas up. And then, I haven't really been following that P. Diddy shit, man. It's just everything seems weirdo. It's just he's a fucking weirdo, man. Everybody that's been fucking with him, they're weirdos also. So I have no idea what's going on with that case. All I know is a bunch of peeing. It's a bunch of fucking and peeing. That's what I do know about what was going on there. But man, I had some of the fellas, if they come up here, if they've been following it, because a lot of us we all pretty much content creators up in here. But yeah, man, that whole thing is just, I don't know what to say about that right there, man. I have no idea. But yeah, I told y'all a long time ago that young rapper did not shoot that gal. He did not shoot that gal. I wonder how it's going to turn out. I wonder if it's going to be some charges pressed on Megan Stallion. Is it going to be some charges pressed on the old girl that allegedly admitted, as far as what they were saying, that she admitted that she had to somebody, because the bodyguard then came and said, look, I can't do this. You know what I'm saying? It's about to be some mess out of that. I'm telling you right now, this man damn near died. He got stabbed, over 30 times? Something like that. Chest, and his lungs collapsed. Oh, man. Damn. He got stabbed in the head. I'm like, oh, damn, this is crazy, bro. This is crazy. But, hey, man, I've been praying for that young dude, man. One of the things that we used to say when when it was, and I think I'm going to pull some of my old videos up on when we were talking about this. But the thing that we had fought him on was, hanging out, with he out here trying to be a player and all of that shit. It wasn't too much more that happened. It was just that whole scenario looked crazy. It looked crazy. And then he took that's the other thing, man. He bit the bullet and he took the charge. I'm like, I don't know too many dudes that'll do something like that. And I think, in my own humble opinion, folks, that no snitching shit, that's only for niggas that's out there being in them streets. The rest of us, you better, if you see something, you should tell. Ain't it funny that when we do, if you guys see when they, somebody's loved one gets deleted, the first thing that they want to do is implore someone to come forward. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy to me. Y'all seen something, but y'all probably seen something too. That's why this whole hood thing is just, man, we got to change the way that we look at the hood, and even how the ones that's still living in the hood, how we even move in the hood. What's going on? What's going on, my boy Scorch? What's happening, boy? Scorch Earth. What's going on? Antoine is in the building, man. My man Antoine is in the building. How y'all doing tonight, man? I'm here. What's going on? Most definitely. Man, what did I just do with my doggone? I'm out here just touching buttons. I ain't got no business touching. And I'm out here doing crazy ass shit. But y'all ready to get into these videos, man? Y'all ready to get the first one? Matter of fact, while I was already talking about that whole thing with old boy, with the shooting and all that, I think I'm gonna go ahead and rock that one right there. Let me see how I get back to this, because I have no idea what I just did to my doggone my table over here, man. What's going on, player? JT, what did you just do, my guy? God damn. Be doing shit I ain't got no business doing, touching shit I ain't got nothing. I need to stop touching shit, man. Stop touching shit, my man. Cellulite, what's popping with you, player? What's going on, man? Salute to you. Scab, what's going on? Salute to you too, man. I was gonna give y'all guys the whatchamacallit, but I can't find my other screen no more. And then I just touched some other shit where I'm out here just messing up bad. All right, we back up in there. Oh, so I got you right here for my man Scam, for my man Scorch, for my man Cellulite. Salute to all you guys, man. Most definitely, Scorch, I do it, man. I definitely put my email in there. Most definitely. But all right, y'all, let's go ahead and do this first video. This is a short video right here. And then once I start getting into it, man, I'll start pulling some guys up. I think we had the link is in the chat, but I think I'm at least if you're on What We Know podcast, I'm gonna put it at the top of the chat. If you want Black Man Unfiltered, Black Man, if you back there, just put it in the chat, my guy. For me, please, will you do that, sir? If not, then I'll just put it back, paste it into the chat. All right. Don't start right now, Scam. Do not start. Don't be starting with this shit tonight right now, man. There's no psychic reading or nothing tonight, man. All right, man, let's go ahead and get into this. Oh, boy.
I paid for a ticket. Yeah, I paid for a ticket.
Hello.
I just said that I would pay the $25.
And you thought you were going to get on your flight.
Wrong one, y'all. Wrong one. I thought that was it. We gonna talk about them trifling ass heifers also. It's this one. I don't know what the hell I was doing.
As such, he was in close proximity and he had privy to conversations she was having with her husband and others. Mr. Peterson.
That's not mine. This is, if you can hear a little echo, like reverbage, that's just what it is. I try to get that reverbage out of there, but nah, we just gonna have to bear with it, bro.
I'm sorry, Mr. James informed us he was not under a non-disclosure agreement or a confidentiality agreement and was free to speak with Unite the People. And that he was doing it because his conscience would not let him not speak and leave a man in prison for something he did not do.
Okay.
Mr. James informed Unite the People that he was witness to the conversation Ms. Harris had, where she stated.
So, Mr. James, I take it that is the bodyguard, and that's what I think. That's who they're talking about right now. But this thing is going to unfold, man. It's going to be something really, really good. I just got a little clip right here just to show you guys that, they are getting ready to pursue something. Most definitely.
She had the gun. She fired it 3 times. Mr. Peterson grabbed her arm and knocked it down, and the gun fired 2 more times. Not long ago, Unite the People was a...
All right. That's all that I had came up with. But I know there's going to be a lot of people that's going to be talking about it, include myself, Black Man Unfiltered. That might be one of the things we talk about in the Barbershop Friday. So don't forget, man, we got the Barbershop also on Black Man Unfiltered. Christina Watts, you said, can I turn on the caption? I think I can do that. Hold on, let me see. Where you at? Yeah, I should be able to do that for you. Absolutely. Did I just turn it on? I think I just turned it on for you. Let me see. I can put in here. Oh, it says that it's unavailable. Closed caption is unavailable on live. I think you have to do that once it's a video, then you'll be able to do it, but it says it's unavailable right now. I'm sorry about that. All right, y'all, let's get back into it, man. Well, since we already is on this crazy ass shit, let me ask you guys something. Have you guys been hearing this thing about the what are they calling it? Black frustration. It's not black frustration. It's they're calling it black fatigue. You guys been hearing about this thing called black fatigue? If anybody knows who started this, let me know who the hell started this. That black fatigue thing is something, because what I'm starting to see is basically what the people are saying is that everybody pretty much is tired of black people. Is it black people or is it a specific group of black folks? Black fatigue, right? Look, hey, you could Google this, bro. This shit it's like I done seen at least 6 or 7 panels on YouTube that's been talking about this whole thing, man. Most definitely. What's going on, my girl? Lady Navoa's in the building. What's going on, girl? Yeah. Black fatigue, man. Black fatigue. I'm pretty sure, I'm surprised. And my man, Marriage, Politics, and Sports, my man, the OG is in the building. Salute to you, Mr. Boomer. Salute to you. But yeah, that black fatigue thing, I'm surprised you didn't do a show. Did you do a show on it? I know a couple of people have done it. But yeah, this black fatigue thing is somewhat of a hot topic right now, and everybody has a different angle on where they're coming at with this. But I'm just going to give you a little synopsis of where one of the videos that I'm going to show you where someone, I can't remember who had it on their channel, where they were talking about this whole thing that contributes to why people are talking about black fatigue. I think it was white people that started, some white folks that started this thing, but I have no idea right now. But fellas, if y'all get a chance, I have you come up and we'll be able to talk about that. But right now, let me show you one video. This video that I'm about to show you guys, I know you probably seen it already, but it was these women, 2 women that were working for the Frontier airline, and a guy he paid for a ticket, and they got to arguing about him not catching his flight, and I think it was a disjustice that was done to this guy. But I'm gonna let you guys see this and watch how these ladies are. And it's funny that I'm just showing this one, but I've seen at least 7 videos where the workers were acting like they were like just regular customers, and they do not care anything about these damn jobs, man. I'm telling you, they don't. Let me put this in there for you right now, Scorch. But I'm gonna show this video, man. Watch this shit, this trifling ass shit.
I paid for a ticket. Yeah, I paid for a ticket.
Hours later. Hello.
I just said that I would pay the $25.
And you thought you were going to get on your flight. And you thought you were going to get on your flight. And you thought you were going to get on your flight. And you thought you were going to get on your flight.
I literally paid for a ticket. I'm here 30 minutes. I'm here 30 minutes before my flight, and they're not letting me check in.
And you're not getting on your flight.
It's a policy. You don't control that.
And you were never.
You were about to let me check in. You were about to let me check in, and you decided that you ain't gonna let me check in.
Make me check you in.
You literally work for a company that I bought a plane ticket for. I'm here 30 minutes before the flight.
Damn, Christina. All right, sweetie, you have a good night. I hate that I couldn't get that for you, but you have a great night, though. Absolutely.
No.
Can you please leave my personal space?
I'm not in your personal space. This is not your personal space. This is not your personal space. You work for a company. This is not your personal.
No, it's not. It's not me, Lady Lavoie. It's the video itself. When I was playing it before, the video has a reverb. So when it was recorded or something, that reverb was right there. So it's not me. It's not my microphone. It's just the video itself. I got earphones on, so it wouldn't do that. But yeah, that's what I said earlier. But hold on. Let's go back a little bit. This is crazy, y'all. These are workers. What the hell is going on with the world right now? Is it the school system? I don't understand the attitudes that these young adults have working in the workplace. They don't care anything about a job. Now these young ladies, they literally went on a corporation. Now, the thing is, I never flew Frontier before. I heard it's the worst damn airline. I know people be giving, they give Spirit a bad rap, but I fly Spirit every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? If I'm doing like an hour and a half flight, I ain't got no problem with Spirit. I have never had a bad experience with Spirit, even when it came down to me getting my flights and things like that. If I needed to get a cancellation or something like that, they've always helped out. But Frontier, I've heard that this shit is like, I don't know. I have no idea. And one of the things I do know about Spirit, though, when everybody else is doing these layover flights and all these different things where you have to go to one place. What do they call it when you fly to another? You don't fly directly to your destination. You actually fly. You kind of like stop. It's a one stop or two stop. That's what it is. Spirit was one of the ones that was doing straight flights. So, like I said, I guess it depends on where you're flying out of or where you're flying into or something. I have no idea, y'all. But this is crazy.
You don't control that.
And you were never.
You were about to let me check in. You were about to let me check in.
Oh,
And you decided that you ain't
Karma Drip, what's going on, big girl? What's happening?
gonna let me check in.
Make me check you in.
You literally work for a company that I bought a plane ticket for. I'm here 30 minutes before the flight.
Layovers, that's right, scam. Layovers, yes. Connecting flights, absolutely, y'all.
I'm not in your personal space. This is not your personal space. This is not your personal space. You work for a company. This is not your personal space. You work for a company. This is not your personal space.
We ain't gotta worry about it. We ain't gotta worry about it.
You don't have to worry about it. You're literally not doing your job.
No, black man, it's not my mic, bro. It's not my mic. It's the video itself. When I did it, that's what I was just telling you. I know it got that reverbage right there. We just got to muster through it, my man.
For a customer that has paid for a plane ticket to get home.
I told you something.
And the old lady like, why am I here? Why am I? Who put me on this ship with these damn heifers over here? Who the hell left the gate open, man? What the hell? What?
I'm literally here at Frontier. I bought a ticket and they are not letting me check in.
Then you got the goofy ass white dude out there. He going along with the chicks. That nigga is, oh my God. Look at him, watch him with the green shirt on. The lady with the damn, she like, I just want to get on my flight. I'm sorry. But watch what the white guy say.
For no reason whatsoever.
You said you're never flying the airline again, so we might as well help you out and you're not flying the airline.
Damn. So he sat there and lied on the dude and said the dude said he's never flying the airline again. So he's saying, well, we might as well help you out. I hope they fired his ass too.
But I've already bought a ticket. I've literally already bought a ticket, and this is your reaction.
This is why people be fighting in them damn airlines, man. This is why they be fighting them damn airlines. The attitudes that these folks have, man. One would have thought that I never thought that I probably would ever see an airline where they have such bad attitudes. Look at how people are getting kicked off of flights. What is going? I think everybody is getting poisoned. I think we're poisoned. You know how they talk about the us being conspiracy theorists. I think a lot of that shit is true, man. I think a lot of that shit is true. Because there's no way that these people are that damn idiotic. That's crazy. But these two young ladies, not only should they have been fired, they should have been sued. That shit is crazy. And y'all know how stressful it is when you taking a flight. And then he only had 30 minutes, so it was a done deal anyway. You got to at least be there for an hour and a half, bro. I always do. I always take the 2 hours to get to where I need to go, so I don't know. But I also have my TSA too, so I don't have to do what a lot of other people, you know. And if you get a chance, if you guys are flying pretty frequently, at least, 2, 3, times out of a year, or even more frequent than that, get you a TSA. That shit works, man. That shit, you ain't got to be in them long lines. Even when the TSA lines, the ones that, what do they call it, pre-check? Even for, if they long, they don't take that long. You don't have to take your shoes off and all that other stuff. I haven't had a problem with those folks, man. So, yeah, it's a better thing to do that. But I'm telling you right now, Frontier, I hope they go bankrupt. That's some crazy ass shit right there, bro. That is crazy as hell. But, yeah, that would I consider to be a contribution to why certain people are saying that they have this whole black fatigue. I can't wait to get into it with a lot of people about that whole subject, man. I cannot wait, because it's starting to, I didn't think a lot of people, when I first seen it, I didn't think a lot of people was going to, I didn't think they were going to talk about it. I thought this was just going to be something that was going to be fly by, but look, it's a lot of people talking about this shit, man. Whole lot of people. All right, Scorch, I got you, brother. But all right, y'all, let's move forward along. When we're talking about this whole thing with P. Diddy, right? It's funny. And then, this whole thing of the conspiracy theory. Remember when everybody was talking about this whole thing of the Illuminati? When people were talking about this whole thing with the homosexuality, they were even talking about the devilish things that goes on these rituals and all of this stuff. It seems to me that a lot of this stuff has come to fruition, my people. I don't care what anybody say. This shit is crazy as hell. Now, I'm going to play this video. And after I play this video, and while I'm playing this video, I'm going to put the link in the chat for you guys if you want to come up and we can have a discussion on this and many more topics that I have up here. But that whole thing with this homosexuality, why is it that black men, why are we, let me put this up here right here so you guys can see me. Why are we the poster child of homosexuality? And even better, why are we going along with this shit? Why are we going along with this shit, man? It's crazy to me how far we have come as black, well, not us, because this is a small minority, but they got this, what they call it, the loud minority. And they got these fools representing us as black men. We got to start calling this shit out. This is the reason why I was really, adamant about not being associated with none of that crazy ass shit, man. I thought I had put that mug up in here. Yeah, no, I didn't. I didn't put it in here. I did that one, that one, that one. This one. I can put it up there right now. Let me put that in there. But man, we are the poster child for that. Now, before I play that video, let me do this one. Candace Owens was on Jason Lee's interview. I know why now. Because I never followed this guy. I just remember he was on, I think, Nick Cannon's Wildin' Out at one time, and he was on some other shit. I don't follow that dude. And I knew that he was supposedly a homosexual. But this motherfucker is a devil. He's devilish. I don't even know why anybody will follow this dude. And I'm glad that Candace actually kind of called him out on it. But the thing I like about her is because at least she tries to stick to facts. And she tries to have an intelligent conversation. But this shit here is crazy to hear this conversation. And I kind of felt, sometimes I feel bad for people that have to have conversations with idiots. But this is crazy, y'all. Let me put this in here, and then right after that, I'm gonna play the video that I intended on playing. But this falls right into that. So this is the video with her and Jason Lee. Watch this shit here.
You believe the transsexuals experience is not one that deserves to be validated.
Again, I'm simply trying to unpack why you don't believe Rachel Dolezal's lived experience is one that should.
No, I do. I understand, and that's the conflation where you're trying to unpack one topic by.
Again, it's not my microphone. I got earphones on, y'all. This is the video itself. It has the reverbage, and I had recorded it earlier today and didn't realize that I had two sources on, so that's why it sounds the way that it sounds. But let's muster through it. I really don't like this guy. I'm not yes, I am. I ain't gonna lie. I do. I like violence sometimes. And just hearing this fool talk, it makes me go back to my old self right there. But let me play it from the beginning again, y'all, so you can hear the stupid ass conversations that this dude is having. And see why. And I'm like, wow, I don't trust the people that hired this guy. And this is why.
You believe the transsexuals experience is not one that deserves to be validated.
Again, I'm simply trying to unpack why you don't believe Rachel Dolezal's lived experience is one that should.
No, I do. I understand, and that's the conflation where you're trying to unpack one topic by putting up another. But we can't ask why a rhinoceros isn't an elephant. We're talking about an elephant, and the elephant in the room is that you have a.
You see how he does this? This is that shit right there. This is what make people want to just punch people. You can't talk about an elephant and a rhinoceros, but you stepped on your own point. Watch.
Your perception, in my opinion, about a transsexual experience. And I'm simply asking, why do you feel like it doesn't deserve to be validated? That's how the person feels. Because you know what you guys do? And I'm going to say you guys that have these strong opinions.
But I just have one person
No, these strong opinions. No, it's people that you represent, because you have very strong opinions. And what happens when it comes to the LGBT community is you'll conflate pedophilia by using children and gay, which are two different things.
I'm not conflating here. Your argument is that if someone who is not clearly being born with a penis, for example, decides that in their lived experience actually no, they should have had a vagina, and so they're going to start living like they have a vagina and getting cosmetic procedures like they have a vagina, that's suddenly I should respect that. I'm saying, okay, keep it consistent and say the exact same thing about Rachel Dolezal. You hesitate there. For some reason, you don't want to do that. And so, exactly. So you have to keep it ideologically consistent. That's all I'm saying. But I'm saying to you, I'm consistent. Rachel is not a black woman. And a trans person can't just wake up one day and decide to be a woman. A man can't wake up one day and decide to be a woman because of lived experience. I'm sorry that I'm consistent, but you have to figure out why you're not.
No, Michael,
You just don't get to just decide about it. And it's also, by the way, incredibly insulting, the idea that you get to be a woman just because you got some boobs and the lips. There's something very denigrating about that to women. It's basically saying anyone can be you, it's just a costume. Like, being a woman is not a costume. It's not a costume. It's just not.
first of all, some of you don't even do it well. I mean, I know a lot of women that don't have lips.
So that's what I'm saying. He really is one of those obtuse people where they don't care what you say. Whatever sense that you make, they're gonna try to flip and do all of this, but he did a bad job at it. But it's just crazy where you would have these guys. I know if I was his father, I'd be like, damn, I fucked up. I really fucked up.
Don't have ass, that can't have kids, that, you know, and those some that do have uteruses that probably shouldn't. But that's not because of my opinion as a man. It's my opinion
Because
as a
that's not
mother.
what makes a woman. That's the whole point. It's
So what makes a woman a
You think
woman?
that you have to have lips and boobs to be a woman?
No, but what makes a woman
There's
a
just
woman?
well, we could start at the very beginning. We could talk about why can the doctor tell you? Why do I know that I have a male in my stomach right now? Why are they able to do that? Right? We're talking. We go back to
All
X and
women can have
Y.
kids, though. There's a lot of women that aren't able to
I'm
have
just saying,
children.
like, why are they even able to give you a gender test to tell you what are they looking for? I mean, we are different chromosomally. We are literally different biologically. We are two different species, and so it's not a behavior. It's like this person, and even if somebody, if you say, okay, some women can't have children, that means something has gone wrong. In a perfect world, every woman has a womb and therefore can have a child. Things can go wrong, of course, but it doesn't change that we are not even allowed to talk about that. Like what I just said is like one of the most controversial things ever. Like, no, everyone's just magically born this way. It's like, no, your childhood experiences matter a lot, actually. And with so many people growing up without fathers in the home, and people searching for that paternity, or without a mother in the home, searching for that maternity in a different way. This is kind of like girls when you're like, they slept with everybody. If you ever go back into their childhood, you'll find that like their dad wasn't there. Sometimes that creates that behavior of sleeping with a ton of men. So it's the exact same thing. I think that if you are dealing with someone who thinks they have same-sex attraction, the first thing is to get to the why. I do not believe that all of these people are being born
But my
gay.
question is, why do we care? Like, who cares? Who cares who likes who? In LA with all the gay people, New York with all the gay people, Tennessee, in your neighborhood.
So he tries to switch it again. Who cares who likes who? This is why when we was trying to have this conversation with those guys, they're still trying to pin this shit down to us talking about what their preference is. And it's not that. That's why I would never have thought that I would be in an era or a time where people are arguing about what a woman is, right? Or you ask women, what is a woman? And they can't tell you what a woman is. It's crazy. I'm like, I don't even want to give people the credibility of being crazy. They're devilish. They know what the fuck they doing. And these folks are devilish. You don't get the whole crazy thing. Nope. You're not going to get that. You're disingenuous, and you are for, you for the degenerates in this world. And you do not care anything about helping anyone do better. And this is one of those folks that's here. This Jason Lee guy, can't stand him. Can't stand him. I don't even know how people can even like him.
If the lights would turn on at 8:02 of every gay person, it's probably everybody on your block. Maybe not tell you they're not gay, but they suck their dick on the weekend. You don't know who's doing what. We don't know. You know how many straight men will hit me up, women, wives, everything. Because a lot of y'all are running them over here. We don't want them on this side of the street. Go back over there with your wife. But they come over here, Candace, I'm telling you.
I don't doubt anything in Los Angeles. I think
It's all over the world,
this is a
Candace.
God-forsaken city. So
My friend that was literally sitting right there a long time ago, not too long ago, her name is Patrice Cullors, you know her?
She's a scam artist.
So now he moved. I know this one was edited to the BM. What is it? The BLM. Remember that lady that they're talking about right now? The one that said that Candace Owens had harassed her and all these different things. And Candace was like, no, I wasn't. And they were trying to put this thing out like Candace went crazy and she was over in that lady's house banging on her door and all these different things. And so he's one of the ones that were saying it. Now watch how they have this conversation and how obtuse this guy is. Coach Ferg, yeah, it's not my microphone, man. It was when I had recorded it earlier. So I won't be able to get that out of there. You're just gonna have to bear with it. I'm sorry. But hey man, salute to you, brother. So let's keep going, and then I'm gonna put the link in the chat for you guys.
Why did you go to that woman's house?
Why did she lie about me going to her house?
I saw the video.
You saw the video.
Why you pulled her house? You were pregnant? Weren't you pregnant?
I was, yeah.
Like he's not a good person at all. That's why he have to talk to women, because if he talked to a man of my caliber, I swear to God, I'll reach over that table and I just smack him rapidly. Choke the shit out of him. I kick that damn coffee can or whatever the hell he got in his damn hand. All right, let's keep going, y'all.
Exactly. I am always pregnant, which is ridiculous to pretend that. Like, I'm so scared.
She was terrified. You pulled up all these white people and these vans.
God. No. That's a lie. All these vans.
You talk about LA being hood and ghetto. Look at you popping up.
Mind your business, coach.
Rolling up with black vehicles at people's houses.
Well, guess what? That's our house too, because she paid for it with money that was given to her via a charity. So that's everybody's house. Why is everybody else not pulling up to her house?
First of all,
everyone needs to roll. That's everybody's house. Did you give $1 to BLM?
First of all, Marina's white and Johnny's Puerto Rican.
We're going. Did you give $1 because you felt bad about something to BLM? That's your house too.
Okay.
And that's funny how he say, well, she's Puerto Rican and Johnny is, they're not black. Let me tell you something. That BLM here in Michigan, if anybody know anything about Ann Arbor to this day have people with BLM paraphernalia in their windows. And they ain't black. They all white. They all little liberal, college students and all these different things. And I have no idea how people can just be this willingly, I don't even want to use ignorant, man. I'll find the words later on, man.
Okay, but listen, every movie.
She lied. She got caught, as the kids say, in 4K. She was like, I was so scared. I'm like, literally, like, waddle. Hello? Excuse me? If they had literally said, yes, she's talking about, I would have been like, oh, okay, I didn't realize it was her personal house, because why is BLM paying for personal homes? But come on, man. Come on.
Everybody who run, first of all, you were not that dainty and friendly.
I had my hands behind my back. I hope you guys drop clips. Is this live?
No, behind your
Okay,
back.
you guys better drop the clip. I have never been nicer.
This morning, I woke up to Candace Owens being outside of my house with the news crew. She was demanding that I come outside. Hello. I'm just looking to speak to whoever is at this property because it's listed as a Black Lives Matter property. Sir? Hello? The fact that she came outside my house and demanded things, harassed me, is unacceptable.
Yeah, we ain't gonna be able to see that. I got this off of TikTok. So all that damn chipmunk shit. Scorch, I'm looking for. I didn't see it pop up yet, bro. I'm waiting for it to pop up. But yeah, man. That Jason Lee guy is definitely in. What's the name of that place? That doggone place he works at. I think it's Hollywood Unlocked. They should just call it the Devil. That's what they should call it, the Devil's Den or something like that, man. But he's definitely one of these dudes that definitely does not represent black men well. And we're going to have to call that shit out, man. Most definitely. So this video that I have coming up, let me see if I can find it. I think the guy, by his voice, his name is Jason. Somebody gonna know I know his voice, but he doesn't go by that anymore. He goes by something else. But his first name is Jason Black, I think. I don't know if he still goes by that. I haven't heard his content in a while, but I think this next video is the video that he came up with, unless it's somebody that sounds exactly like him. That's who it seems like anyway. All right, so let me see what we have. Where is that? Okay, this is it. Yep, this is it right here. So this video right here, it's kind of like, and I definitely want to hear you guys' take on this video after we see this. This video is a little lengthy, so I'm gonna get halfway through it, and then I'm gonna pull up anybody that wants to come up on here.
The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around. Even now, in this very room, you can see it when you look out your window or when you turn on your television.
Why do black male stars at the Met Gala dress like women? The shocking reason behind it. Have you noticed? Even though the Met Gala is a global event, this year, the number of black male stars was extremely low, and the few who were invited, their outfits often had feminine elements.
Unfortunately, no one can be told what the Matrix is. You have to see it for yourself.
Not just for
I know.
One day people are gonna say Corey always said it was
sure,
Backdoria in that whole community. But
well, see,
go ahead. I'll wait it out.
You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
You got Ricky Smiley so good. Ricky Smiley got on the internet making tea and started crying and disappeared. Ain't nobody seen you since. He ain't been no more posts. He just disappeared. I called Cat on the phone and said, better be on the lookout for Smiley. That wants to come smiling. Clive was the one to get you. He's smiling. And I said he might show up with a dress on. Shit, me and Cat, the last two that ain't worn a dress. I called, I said, let's do the non-branded dress tour.
Celebrity Fashion Spotlight, we have your boy Shabuzi, who attended the Met Gala wearing this Robert One look. And I love this look from head to toe. I love the color, the pop of color in this look.
Please, straight ahead over here, last looks. Come on, let me get some photos. Yes, baby. Yes, baby. Yes, can you come over here? Come a little closer. Yes. Yes, I love this. Yo, Cuddy. Legend. I love it. Yes.
Let me tell you something. I love when masculinity meets femininity. I love when men can be so comfortable in their masculinity as well. This was just so icy, so just swaggy. I love the flare pants. For me, this was 10s across the board. What do you guys think? Was this a look or not?
Just give him the X and then I'll say it.
Wait, what the hell are you wearing? Is that a bra?
What? It's just a wife beater.
Where your pants? Why are you wearing a skirt?
No, Granddad. These are Gangstalicious shorts for thugs. See, they got an extra flap with a pocket, so you hide what you want to hide from the pony.
How y'all doing today? Do y'all like my outfit? And y'all know I'm crazy for real. Y'all know I'm crazy, right?
Kinda hot, right? You want me to see if he got your side?
But you're carrying a purse.
What? Come on, Granddad. This ain't no purse. It's a Gangstalicious man bag. What's wrong?
Nothing. No.
You see this picture that Gunner just posted recently? What are you doing? Look at the bag.
Oh, about that purse?
That's a full-blown Chanel purse.
Hey, that's a purse.
That's a purse.
Man, look, peep this.
It's not even a purse. It's a purse.
That's a purse. But peep this. I got like a little Prada little bag that and it's like a man purse.
All right, Wale. I was looking at these new, like they new form of phone posit for Nike, the Nike GT or whatever. And I'm looking like, okay, Wale got a tether on. I started looking, I was like, usually tether's kind of made of more plastic, you know, a little ankle monitor. Do he have an ankle purse on? Let me say it again for my people in the District of Columbia. My people slightly below that Mason-Dixon line in DC, that's technically the South. Does he have an ankle purse on? Man, hip hop is so reading rainbow. It's been like that too. I'm gonna talk about that on the Patreon. This dude got an ankle purse on.
And I've been in my head like, it carry everything. I see why women carry purses. It's just like, but that's a real purse. Man, a little man bag. Like,
there's nothing man about that
got one
purse.
strap, it go around my back.
No, this has two straps.
Now he probably bought that for his mom. And then when he was taking to it, he was like, you know what? Smash my damn shirt. And then he called
in my car.
He called Thug. What you think? Thug was like, what? My nails. Go ahead.
And that's actually his business, not to have barriers. But in the world that I exist in and all of us exist in personally, I think that the line between femininity and masculinity needs to be drawn and stayed there, because I think that's why the world is so confused. You have women acting like men, you have men acting like women, you have men saying there's nothing different, and you have women saying there's nothing different, but there is. God made us different for a reason. Men and women have different attributes that we all bring of value.
How you feel about Tyler Perry?
He strikes me as somebody that does not like manhood, folks. It's his business, it's America. But I want somebody to start pushing manhood, because I've seen 50 years worth of televised emasculation.
Have you ever noticed, your polite savages, that if you come out and say something against the status quo, if you come out and say something against the fact that the lines are being blurred between masculinity and femininity, and if you as a person who is masculine does not absolutely appreciate it, then you are called.
So if anybody know who Jason Black is, doesn't that sound like Jason Black? Isn't this Jason Black?
Toxic. But when it comes to accepting the femininity, when it comes to pushing an agenda that perhaps is anti-idealistic to how you want to live your life, you better keep your mouth shut and go along with the status quo. And
this is it right here. Look at that. This is what we're starting to see a lot of, and people keep telling us that this is a small minority. Well, let me tell you something. This shit is growing very fast. While we keep talking about how much of a small minority this is what we're starting to see in everyday life. That shit right there. It's not feminine, it's effeminate. Man, this is terrible. And they almost got they almost got most of us as men. Got people out there trying to be guilty and shit like that. Hey man, it's time to stand up. Your kids and your kids are going to be dressed just like this. And everybody is going to be hitting each other with cars and shit. You think you seen gunplay back then? You think you see it right now? It'll be even worse. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. Let's keep going.
line up and be the next entertainment hoe, because we all know how the story goes. Either you get with the flow or your career is a no-show.
Did you kind of make a decision to kind of step away from Hollywood?
No, but no offers came in movie-wise that I thought would be good for me to do, and that I could, I hate to keep bringing it up, that I could tolerate in my soul. Even though it's acting, I just, and then it would start messing with your mind. Why would they offer me a part like that so far away? What do you want me to be a woman for? When you got black women actresses who are funny in Hollywood, been out there trying to make it, and you want to give me a part like that?
Well, you mean you couldn't kiss a guy on screen in a movie?
No.
Not even,
No, because I don't fake it. I
Right.
literally, it has to.
I couldn't kiss a man either. That's true. And that does not.
That would me. I would cut my lips off.
Yeah, no. Well,
I would.
okay,
If I kiss some man, I would cut my lips off.
Well,
everyone's
like,
here's how.
Oh my God. I never thought that I would hear Terrence Howard, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know where he stood at when it came down to that, but he, according to how he's talking, man, he drew a clear line that he ain't with that shit. Not at all.
He's so homophobic. I don't think that's homophobic. I don't want to kiss a man.
but-
That's crazy.
Yeah, not wanting to kiss a man doesn't make you homophobic.
But that's the thing that people do though, that I think is wrong. Like they throw that label on you just because you said, like you said, that's just his boundary. Like there's nothing wrong with him saying, I don't want to kiss a man. Like now he's homophobic because he doesn't want to kiss a man.
I don't think he's homophobic.
That is crazy. But I'm just saying the fact that people say that in his
Maybe
response
because
to that.
he said I will cut my.
That was Genuine that they were talking about. Well, no. I'll take that back. I've been watching this stuff so much. That was Terrence Howard they were talking about, but it was another one where some years ago there was a transformer that he offered to kiss Genuine. Genuine was like, no. And then they tried to call him homophobic. And you got men that are saying this. I think the biggest problem that I have is these men that's going along with this shit. Watch what I'm talking about.
Fuck, I would cut my lips off.
Oh yeah, you took it a little far.
If I kiss some man, I would cut my lips off.
It's a little far.
I don't know. I felt him. Like I don't know, man. I felt Terrence on that.
Who the man?
So the other guy, the white guy, and I know those guys, they used to be on, I think they still do a podcast with Joe Budden. I think they still do one, but yeah, that's crazy. Just to hear, even women, I just can't give a pass to this shit no more. There's no such word as homophobia, and I hate the fact that that shit stuck. But oh well, we just gonna have to give death to it or something. I have no idea, y'all.
Greetings, you polite savages.
Welcome to the desert of the real.
Ladies, gentlemen, and polite savages, we are now about to embark on a journey and put on our tinfoil hats. Oh yes, it's that time. Time for me to give on in and wonder, is this a conspiracy, an absolute conspiracy, or even worse, humiliation rituals that are leading these grown men, these masculine men, these so-called men, to wear these dresses and make fools out of themselves time and time again.
So let me ask you guys this. Is there such a thing called humiliation ritual? That's crazy. 1 for yes, 2 for no. Do you believe that in the entertainment world that in order for someone to get, I guess, riches or something, where they would have to go through this thing called humiliation? Or do you think that they want to do this? Look at this fool here. You think that these guys, it's like they didn't have to twist their arm, or do you think that they're actually telling them to do something that they don't want to do? This shit is crazy. So 1 is for yes, it is, yeah. 2 for no. Because this is crazy. And you talking about in front of the world doing this stuff, Craig. Of the world, Craig.
As always, we're only going to break it down to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth as we see it. And sometimes the truth is a bitter, bitter pill with a side of voodoo and secret societies. But it's time for us to shut up and take our medicine. So there's nothing left to do but get on up into it. Are you ready? Well, let's go. The comment sections are rife after the Halle Berry coochie meat incident at the Met Gala. But when I took a little time and actually looked into the Met Gala, there was a whole bunch of cross-gendering feminist jargon on display. From Shabuzi to even Future, the most toxic of the toxic Avenger.
Look at that. They got these dudes dressing like, and it's black men. This shit is crazy. And Antoine, what'd you say? You said I'm confused in my masculinity. That doesn't mean I want to wear a fucking skirt. Absolutely, absolutely. My man, Boomer, he said it is it's an indoctrination. I don't know why people think that there are boundaries for some who want that there are boundaries. Oh no, for some that want their dreams. Would you say some who want to their dreams? I think I get what you're saying. Why do you think Diddy had so much success breaking men? Yeah, right. This is one of the reasons why I brought this piece up here, man, because this shit is at the point where it's like, hey, all right, we done came to I guess you call it come to Jesus moment. We ain't gonna be able to get this time again. So I think that people gonna have to start being more vigilant. People are gonna have to start speaking up a little more and not let this shit just pass through. But look, you got men carrying purses and stuff, and this is what's crazy. People think that it's just the Hollywood thing or it's just the entertainers. No, it's in the regular neighborhoods. You got these folks, man, that's actually, that's crazy. Even when you talk about, even in the 90s, I'm like, yeah, the more we look back on it, we listen to the lyrics, we look at the videos. And the thing was, in the 90s, they had a lot of videos, a lot of them. And now you get to see some of the fugaziest shit ever when you go back and look at that shit. So this is crazy, man. That damn purse shit is crazy as hell.
Was dressed in a very gender-bending way. So it led me to believe.
And that's your ringleader right there. They got this little young dude right here and broke the shit out of him. Black men. This is crazy. But you would have other black men that would sit back. I like his music. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Why y'all so worried about it? Because this is what we look like now.
And understand things that I read in the comments when they say, hey, these humiliation rituals are getting worse and worse by the day. But what can I say? I have to at least take it in and stride and believe the possibility, because Hollyweird has always been Hollyweird, but it seems like it's getting weirder and weirder by the day. Or is it just that we can see everything and everything's coming to the surface? Because my goodness, these men, or so-called of the before mentioned, are sure as heck doing a lot of weird things. And when they get caught up in the wind, what happens? Exposed. Rico. It seems like somebody is pulling the strings, but who knows?
You wanted to know what the Matrix is, Neo?
21 Savage shows off $1 million Louis Vuitton purse with his Louis Vuitton UPS edition sweatsuit, you know what I'm saying? 21.
I think the first time I ever wore a dress, at that point I didn't even know it was a dress. That wasn't a dress? On God, because I know what my version of a dress is. It's kind of like a coat. When you do put...
This nigga said, I remember that doggone, and I like Big Boy too, but he did not press what my man was saying at all. He did not challenge it, and I guess I understand it because he works for a corporation where they tell him, this is how you have to interview. You can't just do it your own way. There's guidelines with this, but that shit, it gotta be painful. It has to be painful. Scorched Earth said, the crazy thing is these women, some of them are our best friends with these Confucius dudes and have unprotected sex with them, passing STDs like a pack of Skittles. You are absolutely right, bro. You are absolutely right. And the more and more we keep having these conversations, the more and more we let these women talk, the more and more they start to admit this shit. But then you have other women that sit back and say that we it's crazy. Like, no. I don't know why you think this is so far-fetched. And it shows me sometimes where a lot of these women, they're not talking to their kids, man. They're not talking to their nieces. They're not talking to the ones that's in their family. And they see them doing this weird shit and they just be like, it's cute. Or they would go with some other bullshit where they'd sit back and say, you know, it's just, this is a fad, or this is what kids do, and all this crazy ass shit right here. You know what I'm saying? So, man, this shit is crazy, man.
Put on the dress. Is that more for shock? No, it's just like, I wanted a cheetah print long shirt. I couldn't find one. I seen this, I'm like, yo, this is the closest I'm gonna get to it. It stopped me from judging people, because it's like, people judge me and people say gay, but it's like, if people think that I'm gay, they already misjudged.
Right now, we're inside a computer program. Is it really so hard to believe? Your clothes are different, the plugs in your arms and head are gone. Your hair has changed. Your appearance now is what we call residual self-image. It is the mental projection of your digital self.
Apparently, in this alternate reality that we're living in, masculinity is supremely villainized to the point where being a straight male is something that is absolutely not acceptable in modern society. And when you are a straight male walking around, they're going to call you toxic humanity, because masculinity is the worst thing that can happen to a society that's trying to lose order, because masculinity by nature keeps order. Just like when you have a masculine figure in your house, the house will automatically shape up. And that man may not be the most popular man in the house, because by nature, by laying down the rules, you become the bad guy. But guess what? There's always somebody willing to be the bad guy. Say hi to the bad guy.
What did he say? And a man has to be able to correct, because his job is to establish law and order in the household. So most real men aren't liked. I'm gonna say it again. Most real men with real traits and characteristics aren't like. He gonna say, baby, take that off. You're not finna go outside with your showing like that. Man, you got your ass out like that? Man, put some panties on, you're pretty showing. That's a real man established law and order. Say, y'all sit down somewhere. Real man ain't liked. He's missed and appreciated after he's gone. But while he's here, he ain't liked.
Because a real man's not going to take all his foolishness. But society is trying to run an end around. We've been redirected. We fell for the draw play, trap 9. That pulling guard was out there in that screen pass, broke that scat back free, and they're scrambling down the course, and we are doing everything we can to tackle them on a 20-yard line. You dig?
You've been living in a dream world, Neo. This is the world as it exists today.
Have you noticed, even though the Met Gala is a global event, this year, the number of black male stars was extremely low, and the few who were invited, their outfits often had feminine elements. For example,
This is the construct. It's our loading program. We can load anything from clothing to equipment, weapons, training simulations, anything we need.
What's my biggest dating red flag? Is a huge red flag for me. All right. You know what's so crazy? I was gonna say men.
So the question remains, are we trapped in a Hollywood conglomerate whose primary purpose is just to demonize men? What has happened to the masculinity that once pervaded, especially through the community where we were considered the most masculine, the most athletic, the most married, the most family-oriented? This is less than 55 years ago. What has happened in such 55 years? Well, a lot of things in my opinion, but first comes first, personal responsibility, because even if the system is hell-bent set on destroying you, you are still alive and working in this system. You have no other choice unless you're going to escape the system. But if you stay inside the system, you must learn how to defeat the system. But one of the main things that happen is the over-reliance on that has not had our best interest at heart. We should look to each other, raise each other, depend on each other. But until that mystical, magical day happens, what do we have? Women saying that being straight is an absolute red flag. And of course, this isn't everybody, but this is a large representation of the population that has fallen to the feminist jargon, both male and female. So whether it's humiliation rituals or just a straight out assault on masculinity on all fronts, one thing is for certain. It's going to get a lot worse before it gets a lot better.
But what I'm trying to say is, all that stuff, all them people who stand in line at Gucci, they said Louis.
All of them.
They said
YSL.
Prada.
YSL, all of them.
It is all trash.
Make you wonder if the Met Gala, as a symbol of the fashion world, is secretly creating invisible barriers for black men. Could there be hidden rules or power dynamics pushing black male stars to conform to this standard? Is the Met Gala...
Control. The Matrix is a computer-generated dream world built to keep us under control in order to change a human being into this.
Thank you for watching the Tip Network. Follow us on all social media outlets and ask yourself one burning question. Can you handle the tip? Boom. We're out.
What's going on, man? Mr. Payne. What's going on, Antoine? What's happening, man? How you fellas doing, man?
Payne, the old man, as always, it's an honor. What's good?
Not much, man. Not much, man. So, Arpain.
Yes, sir.
What was your take on that video, man?
Well, listen, one of the things I think we need to guard against is looking at the position of these guys in life, right? They don't represent the average black men or black women for that matter. The people in the entertainment field are pretty much freaks, okay? All of them, right? They've compromised themselves to a point now to where they've just compromised themselves, to whatever God they pray to, okay? Mm-hmm. And so it's easy to say, since they're in the spotlight, people are going to look up to them. But if you could take any solace from the last election, people in mass rejected what they had to say. Mm-hmm. So, because they were out in full force for the Democrats, all of them. All of them. So I think there's a natural there's a natural defense for people who don't have the motivations to be famous. There's a natural defense against this kind of debauchery, right? So the reason why Diddy was so powerful is because he understood the want of people to be famous, and he used that against them. Like Cassie, until he beat the shit out of her in front of everybody, I didn't have any sympathy for her because I think she was complicit in all the sex stuff, because she wanted to be famous, And so then once he started beating her up, then it says, okay, there's something more to this, So I'm just thinking that, I think we need to understand that these men who are dressing like women have contracts. Their contracts called them to behave a certain way, and they're doing it. And then we kind of project that out on society and say, well, society is slipping into darkness. But I think, there's a little bit of that because there's enough of them that matters. But I just think there's a rejection that we don't see because there's no spotlight on the rejection. Now, we're up here on the panel rejecting this bullshit, but you don't think the rank and file man let me ask you this, JT. How many guys in your hood actually watch the fucking Met Gala? Average dude. You think the average dude is watching the Met Gala?
No, I didn't even know what the hell. Most of us don't know what the Met Gala is.
This thing is for freaks. I mean, I never even thought about the Met Gala until they start trying to make it more and more and more and start to propel that in front of us. So I'm not saying it's not bad. I'm not saying shy away from it. But what they're trying to do, but we recognize the okie doke when we see it. So these men who've compromised themselves, they can never come back. That's what Terrence Howard was talking about. Once you compromise yourself in that way, there's no coming back. There's none. So that's why some of them are having so much trouble now in later age. Justin Bieber, all the guys who compromise themselves to Diddy and all that kind of stuff. So, and by the way, his case that they're facing right now on all this sex stuff, those are not crimes. Those are not crimes. Where's the racketeering? I want to know what the
They
racketeering.
go to Bill Cosby and R. Kelly.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that those are not crimes. They're salacious, but I haven't yet to see a crime being reported. It's just women and freaks doing all kinds of crazy shit in the bedroom. I just want to know where the crime is.
Yeah.
But anyhow, that's another matter. But so this is a good thing that you're showing the dark side of what's out there. But how far is it penetrating that rank and file man? I'm not so sure. We could talk about that.
So I think that, and I'm gonna get Antoine in here also, but I think that is definitely a generational thing, because if you're talking about someone that's our age,
no, I'm not
all the way down, right? So, but if you're talking to a space where you have these young men that are in their early 20s, they mid 20s. They're absolutely doing this. They're absolutely going around here. You see these big ass 6'4" dudes walking around carrying purses, wearing stilettos or whatever heels, with lip gloss on their face and beards, and they're walking around here going out and hanging with women. You see a lot of that.
Maybe I'm glad I'm sick and shut in. Maybe. Let me ask you this though, and I'll land it here. Who's the people perpetuating that? Those are the people in our group, though. The owners of these companies, right? The boomers and the older Jacksons, they own these companies.
So I'm just saying, in the regular world, it's the parents, the aunties, the uncles. It's the people that's sitting back. You go, girl. You a bad bitch. They're calling the dudes. You see, I seen men saying the same thing. They're not. They're the ones that don't say all of that shit. They're silent. And that's just as loud as somebody telling you, go ahead, you're a woman too. That's the problem. I done sat back with people that's in my family that sat back and when I asked them what is a woman, and they had that little stupid ass look on their face. What do you mean? I mean, it all depends on what? And this is
I told you, man,
people.
they best friends with them, man. They best friends with them.
So it used to be, that's why I was saying that, they did a job on us in the 90s because people seen it and other people was like, well, it ain't that many, right? People were talking about it and they were saying, I mean, but it's so far away from us. By the time we got to 2001, you start to see more and more men carrying purses, wearing these damn slides, putting damn bonnets on their heads, scarves. You know what I'm saying? You start to see more girls wearing jeans and gym shoes, talking about bro. It started in that early 2000. And then by the time you got to 2015, dudes calling girls bros, girls calling girls bros, girls calling dudes bro. And bro was just a word. Now it don't even have a meaning no more.
Mm-hmm. I remember I had to get on my children about that.
Yeah. And then you got these sweet dudes out here calling each other girl. And this is not you know, so is and they don't even understand it. Even do you see how these young folks are built now? They frail
for this.
They are frail. It's
They're
like
not.
you can't tell the difference between, like if you just see the silhouette of a girl and a silhouette of a guy, you can barely see the difference with those two. The dudes got little shoulders now. They got skinny ass wrists because they don't do any exercise or nothing. There's no definition to them. And all they do is just eat junk and drink lean and smoke on them damn them vapes. That's what they do.
Yeah. I mean, the irony is, like, this is one guy at my job. The dude stepped on the scale at the job, and it came up saying he was like $145. I'm like, I ain't been that skinny since high school, and that was 30 years ago. You know, like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, you $135, $140, bruh. Come on, have a sandwich. Have 2 sandwiches.
How tall was he?
He's only like maybe like 5'7", 5'8", he's about my height.
Damn.
Yeah.
Dang. Yeah, shit.
And it's like, the thing that kills me is this stuff been going on for a minute. Like JT said, we're going on for the last 30 years. Like it's been going on for like, I think longer than 30 years. I think like 35 years. And I remember thinking about JT. You remember that documentary you were telling us about, The Vanishing Family?
Yeah.
And I remember finding it here on YouTube when I was watching it. And it really hit home because it happened in my neck of woods here in Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you wonder, around that time, is that when the foundation was laid? Because it seems like when you have some brothers, these young brothers, and a house full of women, they pick up these tendencies and their habits and everything else. I know another person at my job. Dude is in his early to mid 30s. He's getting married, but at the same time, there are times when I see him looking at his phone. He's twirling his braids like most girls would. I'm sitting like, hey, yeah, that kind of doesn't make any sense. I just left it alone. But it's like that's what it is. It's like you got some ladies who feel like, and the best way I can put it is like this: you got some ladies who think they got bigger balls than us.
Yep.
That's the situation. That's the problem. It's like you got some ladies that try to fight with you, trying to think they got the bigger balls, and I'm looking at them like, last time I checked, I had this equipment since the day I was born. What makes you think you got bigger balls than me?
And now you're starting to see, and this is funny how, like, social media is something different now, man. It's not the way it was when it first came out, right? Where you just see something and you be like, well, you can look at it as a one-off, but it's not that anymore, right? So now look what you're seeing now. You're seeing a bunch of women fighting these dudes. And now this is the craziest part. The dudes are, they knocking these girls to sleep and they doing some damage. But on the return part, some of these dudes can't handle them girls. Some of these dudes is getting their ass knocked to sleep. I'm like, damn, what's going on, my boy? My
Oh,
dude
Freezy.
No captivity, man. What's happening, man? What's going on with you, Freezy? What's popping, man? I'm glad you come over this way, man. You see, I'm over here. I'm doing it, man. But yeah, go ahead, bro. Finish up.
It goes back to what you were saying earlier when a lot of stuff with transgenders and everything else. Now, I got nothing against transgenders. Go about your life, live your life. You have a right to exist. Go about your business.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny how you have transgenders that like to say, oh, your gender has nothing to do with your genitals. But when you have a man that transitions to become a woman, what's the first thing they do? They want to get breasts. When you have a woman that wants to transition to become a man, what's the first thing they do? They want to have their breasts removed.
Remove.
So how can you sit there and say gender is more than about, but yet you're basing that?
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I was saying with the arguments it's like, yeah, we don't need to argue with them. They idiots. Anytime I hear somebody say, what's a woman? And then I see a room full of people got this stupid ass look on their face. Like, what do you mean? I can't stand that, man. I can't stand it. And it's funny because I remember when this whole thing came with the this whole homophobic thing and all this stuff, right? And it came out of my mouth where I was talking to people really not on panels. I'm like, these are people that I know that sound like idiots. And all I remember was they were talking about trans women are women too. And I was like, well, how many trans women have you ever seen? Or how many women do you know that have prostate cancer? Mm-hmm. How many women you know that even go get their prostate checked? Right? They can't because they ain't got one.
How many men get cervical cancer?
Right. It's a dumb argument, and that's where I get pissed off when I'm like, I'm not about to get into this damn trap with you. That shit crazy.
Like I remember one time Freezy I was on Freezy's show sometime back. We were talking about this, and Freezy got the receipts. The issue with transgenders, their issue is this: they that we have as cisgenders, and I never like you. They are seeking the one thing that we have: assurance and confidence in their identity. I didn't choose to be a man. I am a man. My wife didn't choose to be a woman. I am a woman. And that's the thing that we have. Men have that 100% assurance in who they are as men. Women have that 100% assurance in who they are as women. Trans men and trans women don't have that total. And they're looking to. No. The fact that you came out should be your assurance. And and you should have that confidence. It's not my responsibility to give that to you. It's not my wife's responsibility to give that to trans women. It's not our responsibility to give that to trans men. You should already have the assurance when the minute you come out.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. Because here's my thing. The only way transgenders are ever going to get that total assurance and confidence in their identity is unless you can make a clone of your body, of the gender you say you are, and transfer your subconsciousness and everything from the body you're in to that body. One, that technology doesn't exist. And two, let's be honest, if that technology did exist, it would be banned. Because people see it as now you're trying to play God.
Yeah.
Well, Elon Musk is already doing that with these goddamn robots, these humanized robots that they up there taking out on dates and all like that and kissing on them. So that ain't too far-fetched about what you said.
Yeah, none of it. I mean, that rose is going the rose for the women is the cutting edge of technology for them. But wait till they look what they got for us. This shit is about to be crazy. And what's crazy? If you look at like Amazon Prime or, something where like on Hulu and they had these movies, right? That's not popular movies. But when you see them, like they got this one movie about that robot, the dude had bought a robot woman and the shit.
Oh yeah, she ended up falling in love. He ended up falling in love with her.
Yeah. I'm like, y'all keep thinking this is just gonna be a movie thing. People don't realize that with technology, it comes from the mind of a human. Everything that's been invented came from human beings. And that's what they don't really understand. When a human being can figure some shit out, that's why you got engineers. That's why you got cats that really think above where it's like their mind ain't even know where we at.
Yeah, that's why, the point really is, JT, we can't fight technology and advancement. And the age-old adage is nothing new under the sun. If you believe in God, you believe in this, everything that we don't create anything. We use the elements that are here and we manipulate it to our benefit based on need. So that's the way I look at it, right? Mm-hmm. So there's nothing new under the sun. The problem with technology is the ethics fast enough to catch up with what we can invent, right? So that's what it is, right? So a lot of times we come up with new things, but depending on who owns the technology is how we wield it, right? The atom bomb should have never been used, right? It should have never been used, not once, not more or less than twice on civilian populations. And that's why we're so paranoid now, because we've realized as humans, we could justify any kind of atrocity.
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is I'm never afraid of technology. I really embrace it. I really think we need it. It's just that whether we have the ethics, I don't have any problem with the potential cloning. I don't have any problem with the reason why coming up with a female, mostly female robots that are lifelike, that their skin gets warm and they can talk and they can do all that shit, and tell you that you're a man, is because women understand if that ever became popular, they would lose any kind of leverage with men. Yeah. We wouldn't have to put up with none of their bullshit. If I have $5,000, I'll just buy me one of them motherfuckers. And that's it. Here, I read an article.
I ain't screwing no wires.
No, you don't have to do it.
You saying it now.
Let's just say this one part. This is one part where women started pushing back on the idea. If they had a robot that a man would want,
what's going on, Lou?
The women came out and said it's okay as long as the robot can refuse giving them some ass. Can you imagine?
That's crazy. Yeah, right, so ration it out to them.
Yeah, just say, as long as the robot could say no, then okay, maybe it's okay. Ain't nobody buying a robot that's saying no.
Right.
So what, they got to put a chip in there to make them turn the robot off. If you're a little bit too aggressive, I'm tired tonight. No, get the fuck out of here.
That goes right. That's against it. No, you can keep that shit.
You can keep that shit. So if I get it, but I'm just saying, there's a lot of that's the ethic part of it. Now, for women, right? The reason why they don't need no robot, all they need is like a little form with a stick pole to it, and they could go all night riding that thing.
Mm-hmm.
A goddamn 10-inch, 9-inch goddamn vibrator.
Whatever size they want.
Or some damn rolls.
That's it. That's all. It's a lot different than what we. Yeah, that's crazy though.
It's crazy, but that's just the sex part. But just all kinds of things technology can do for us that I think we can't shy away from. To your major point with these guys who are freaks, I'm just trying to say, how big of a problem do you think it is from the standpoint that you see a lot more on the ground than I do, right? Obviously, I'm not hanging out with the young folks, but there's still got to be a lot of men who reject the notion of walking around like gay. There's still a lot of men who reject that shit. I just think they don't get no pub.
No, they're quiet. That's my thing. They're silent. They're when you see them, like I'm telling you, walking this earth, man. I was just amazed at the things that I saw. I was went to this one restaurant, man, and I seen this guy, and he was about 6'6", 6'7".
Magic Johnson's son.
Yeah, but he was big, right? But he had a bull face. Like he looked like he'll beat somebody's ass.
Yeah.
Soon as he started talking, he had that nasal talk. But when you seen him, he had this Louis Vuitton purse. He had these doggone like some, and it was expensive shit he was wearing. Those stiletto shoes. Now imagine, I told you he's about 6'7". What size shoe is this man wearing?
At least a 16, 18.
Yeah. So he already got to deal with just regular ass men's shoes costing a whole lot of money. Now he going out here getting stilettos that 16s and then a wide foot too. And so the dude had, and the way he was dressed, because you like, what made him do this? Right? He had long nails.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
He had short hair, but the hair was it was that gold, that blonde shit. His head looked like a damn Brillo pad, a rusty Brillo pad. And he was talking like a girl, and his hands was all like, I'm like, if somebody say something to him, he'll step a mile in their ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he was fanning himself and shit, man. I was just like,
that's just funny as hell, man.
He felt comfortable, and a lot of them feel comfortable enough to come out here dressed like that. Like he looked like a straight up clown. He had lipstick on. You could tell there was contacts. It was crazy. And then the girl that he was with, she was just a weirdo. She had all these piercings in her cheek, in her tongue, in her eyebrow. Then she had these long ass eyelashes on. She looked like more of a clown than him. And I'm just like, they walking around look like freaks. And you see the dudes, you know, everybody with their woman or something like that. The women are looking, but the women are smiling. Like you wearing that. You know what I'm saying? But the dude is just like, no, there's nothing to smile at. I'm like, this shit is crazy. And then on top of that, the attitude, when I tell you Pain, he sound like a little whining at them damn evil ass whining girls.
Yeah.
That's what he sound like. There was nothing feminine about that dude. He would just, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, this is crazy. So it's a lot of this walking around on this earth, man. A lot of it. And now you starting to see, they have, on the east side of Detroit, man, they got a whole neighborhood full of these Transformers. And they gangs. They fighting each other. They doing the same thing that the women, I thought it was, I got a video of it. And I thought it was, I was like, I don't think I could play it because it was just too much damn violence. They tearing up the cars. Somebody got ran over. It was just crazy. They pulled somebody out the car. They beat them. Then somebody else. I'm thinking it's a bunch of women. It was at least 15 of them outside. Every one of them was dudes.
But yet, JT, when they do the statistics about domestic violence, they want to sit up there and point the finger at the heterosexual man like we the one walking around there beating up on every goddamn body.
Right. And we know that, and they know that it's not. That's what I'm saying. When we had these conversations, they're disingenuous conversations now. You can't tell me, and this is the craziest part, if you only use your cell phone to look at garbage, you're doing a disservice to your kids and you're doing a disservice to the world. That's just how it goes. You sitting there playing games and shit on your cell phone. You sitting there doing everything other than using it for what it is. That's why, like what we just talking about with technology. No, it ain't technology. It's the use of technology that's evil.
Yep, that's for sure.
So yeah, that's I mean, that's where we go at with that, man. But I just wanted to put that one out there because this is what that video out there, because this is what you about to hear in that doggone P. Diddy case. It's like male prostitutes and peeing on each other, and oh man, it's like, so one of the, I know you've seen, have you kind of followed it?
No, I'm
seeing snippets of it myself.
Yeah,
I paid a little bit of attention.
So
Yeah,
if
so
I,
the lawyer that was, that was in there, that was sitting in there, he said it's boring as shit. He's like, he's like, we all day, I'm writing all day. So he's like, I got to break this shit down. And he was just saying the things that he was saying. So when you hear, it depends on who you hear that's kind of reporting the stuff. Some people are technically, they're actually reporting what's happening in the court case. But when you got the Hollywood Unlocked and what's that other one everybody go to? That other bull, all them little trash.
TMZ?
Oh no, TMZ, they trash, but they give you a little more. Yeah, shit like that. And they would just talk about, Cassie. You're like, well, it was a lot that was said in that court case. You just talking about her talking about getting peed on. You know what I'm saying? Or you talk about
that she was part of. She didn't.
She was part of, right? That she was part of.
She's on her third kid with this dude.
Man.
Now I don't know. Did she marry a white dude?
I don't know. I
think it's a white dude. I think it's a white guy. Well, my point really is that I think he had to know what she was into, because if he
worked for Diddy.
Okay, so
he worked the dude that she's married to. He worked for Diddy.
So he knew what she was into.
Yeah.
And so he married her anyway. So there goes the theory that men want like pure women. I mean, she's a freak. So she wanted to have a career, and she was willing to do almost anything for it. And then Diddy, being the devil that he is, he stretched it beyond the limits for even her fame could handle. But just make no mistake about it, the way she got wrapped up with him was not an accident. She wanted fame, and he said, if you want fame, this is what you're going to have to do for it. And she took the Faustian bargain, right? She made the deal with the proverbial devil, and you know what? There's limits to that. And when he started beating her, then that deal was broken, because now the reason why he had to beat her is because she was starting to pull away from his influence.
Yeah.
But still, the crime that they're putting him on trial for is not that. And so when they just leading this whole case, trying to taint the jury with how bad of a guy he was because of these sexual proclivities, his defense lawyers have to be able to cut through that bullshit and say this has nothing to do with racketeering.
Well, here go the sad thing about what it is you're saying. First of all, that when they put it out there to social media, he had already got judged. They go to Bill Cosby and R. Kelly him. We already people that's smart enough to realize it. They know that it's not racketeering. They know it's not. They know it's not the Mann Act. But because of the fact that they know that they can put a narrative out there,
right?
He's already been tried and convicted by the public. It's the same thing that happened with Tory Lanez, R. Kelly.
Oh man,
Bill
that
Cosby.
one right there. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna look that one up. I didn't get it because that Tory Lanez one, man. That's we were already saying it, bro. A lot of us was already saying
the driver. Her driver was the one who finally they got him in an interview today.
Yeah,
he came out in the public and said, "Hey."
Yeah, because after this man damn near died, got killed, now, I can't. Man, listen.
Yeah, we could go all over the place. He should have never got convicted.
He should have never. That was what I was saying. That we already was talking about it.
Hold up,
we were saying that he was. We were saying that he was not only was he not guilty, but he was innocent of what they were trying to say he was doing. That shit was crazy.
But here go the thing, though, JT.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because half these people are so well connected and know each other, and they in proximity of each other like that, because they all part of that whatever you call it.
Yeah,
I'm starting to wonder that they try to take him out because he might know a little bit more than just that Megan Thee Stallion case.
It could be, man, because it's just weird how they put these women up on the pedestals that they put her up on. The same with the other women. Look at what Megan Thee Stallion, she took off. She gone now. I'm talking about when it comes down to her being able to endorse certain things that's going on. And I'm like, damn. Think about what's about to happen now. Because I'm telling you right now, somebody about to get charged. And she's right there. All that shit that she ended up accumulating. Look at all the things that she got right now with the glam and all these endorsements, all whatever the money that she making, these deals that she done did. That shit about to go crashing. I don't see it not happening.
Well, not necessarily, because of the fact that when you turn around, what they might do is they're going to probably turn around and have to revert all the charges against him and let him walk free. But because of the fact that it's quote unquote a woman that was shot, they're going to turn around like they do when you got these women that sit up there and press these false allegations of SA against men. And when they find out, they turn around, the woman just walk away scot-free, even though it was found out she lied on him.
Well,
so it's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot that we can go with this. But damn, man. Go ahead, Arpain. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, we got Coach Ferg up here, man. Let me say a couple of words, man. What's going on?
What up, Coach?
Hey, JT, look at your email, man. It's your new intro.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it, bro. It didn't come up. Let me. You want me to send it back to you in the back chat? Let me see. I'll give you another one. I'll put it in the back chat for you.
All right, cool.
What's up, man?
Go ahead, fellas.
What you got to
Man,
say?
Listen, man, I just came up, man, listen to some old black men complain about being blackity black. No,
yeah,
man,
you know that's what we got to do, though. Ferg, come on, man.
Man, y'all cover a lot, JT. You always, you know what I'm saying, and it's. I don't know what to say no more, man. You know, and just to go from the last thing with young Tory, man, he was making moves. Remember, he was broke away from his record label. Then a lot of things went south. I think, you know, even with the whole situation, we still don't know who shot the gun, but she didn't get shot. It was a ricochet. Shot, everybody know. Yeah. Everybody know it would have ended her whole little ankle. It would have been twisted off. But the fact that they still played those games, and look at his career and look at her career. She's been on microphone saying that we don't need ninjas, leading this revolt against young black men and marriage and family. All doing this election time. All this is doing the election, this Democratic propaganda that we've been up under. And it's just unfortunate because we see who sell their souls for the fame. We see who does that because it plays itself out in the end, especially with the money. It takes away the generational wealth, and it puts we debate amongst each other about the successes and failures of our own. You know, so it's just unfortunate, especially going forward. You know, I hope my man make it out okay. You know what I'm saying? There's clearly, you can see now that there's some foul play.
Yeah.
So hopefully, you know, they really look into it,
and that was a hit.
You know,
that was a hit on him.
Of course, that's why. But just to see how when you try to really be. You know, he was young, drunk. I don't excuse him from having a gun. So even, listen, professionally, man, if you know you're going to be moving like that, fellas, find y'all some goons with license to carry, and you let them do all your dirty work. And if you got to get all too angry over a piece of ass, you ain't the man you thought you was. Because everybody's on your ass trying to get some of it if you the man. So, but, you know, yeah, man. I saw your little video with the little light skinned dude with the
that Jason Lee dude.
Yeah, you know, he's up under the
propaganda. He looked a little like you, Coach. You look a little.
He don't look. I'm gonna laugh at that, right? You know what I'm saying? Because he ain't come from none of my stock and nowhere near. You know. I ain't have no man that had no. All of my men, He's one of them. I paint. He's one of them crack era babies.
Hey, he
Those
might
are the
be, yeah, I
ones.
hear
Oh
you.
yeah. What is it about 37, 38?
Yeah.
Yeah, first generation, baby. They the wild ones. They flipped the script.
That's funny.
No. Jason Lee he's what? Let me look him up, man. See how old this dude is. Let me look and see.
40. He ain't no older than 40.
He can't be that old. I don't even think he's that old.
He's about 35. Yeah, man. Shit. They all got. Yeah, man. They man.
He got the last installment of that crack.
Yeah, he got the last shipment.
What's going on, Frank?
Frank, what's going on, boy?
Yo, man, did that video hit 20 yet?
Hey, it's almost there, man. It's still
Yeah,
like 19.
You doing
19.
nothing with that?
Yeah, that's
Hey,
good. I tell you, man, she came back, man. I started doing some videos of her, man. But that you hit something. Somebody threw that shit in the algorithm, man.
Hey, man, I seen it. I seen it right before it was about to blow up, man. I seen it. I said, oh, nah.
I gotta jump
go
on
ahead
it.
and act on this right now, man. And
There you go.
yeah, bro. We about to be monetized, dog.
Yeah.
That's it, man. Congratulations. Shit, that's what you want.
I appreciate y'all, man. But yeah, that whole video was wild, man. Like, I don't know if y'all see. Well, I think JT, man, I got sent you pretty much that full clip, but then now they got another one out there. They dropped another clip, and that clip is 12 minutes. So yeah, man, but he's starting to get a lot of backlash right now for the comment that he made saying that the trans men are better at being women, than women.
That just ruined him because now, like I said, if he was on something that was a lot bigger than that, Hollywood Unlocked, they would have got rid of him for even going that route with that one. He's an idiot. Now, Coach Ferg, you are right. He's not a crack baby. He's a heroin baby.
How old is he, man?
47 years old.
Oh, that nigga old, man.
Oh, yeah.
He's old over, man.
Yeah,
Come
Jimmy.
on,
Yeah,
man.
he can't be with us. I'm gonna give him
Oh,
Frank.
man,
Frank,
Somebody his family was selling. Somebody his family was selling.
Yeah.
Somebody his family was selling.
Brother, I think his brother was a gang, like a real gang.
Yeah. Somebody was doing something too much.
But we don't even play for the same team, dog. That's the reason.
Ain't nobody gonna take him.
In the words of my guy JT, dog. If you opted out, if you opted out, we don't got nothing to talk about.
You a dropout, yo. You opted out of this, bro. You can't mess with this now.
Yeah, but see, the same women that supported him and gave him the platform that, and helped him get the platform that he has, to have this big following, go from Jason Lee Unfiltered with Mayweather Promotions and all of that. The same women who boosted him up and did all of that, now they're starting to come out and say, hold up. You know what I'm saying? First, it was cool because we was batting for the same team. We was playing for the same team. We both like the same things. And now it seems like you're trying to push a trans agenda versus womanhood.
Infiltrator.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Because listen, somebody puts that type of message, man. Man. Hey, don't let him stand behind you in no line. I'm telling you. You ain't man. If he's saying that, man, come on, man.
But y'all don't realize though, man, it's been a setup from day one, man. If you go check back, they got this thing called the Gay Manifesto. I'm pretty sure y'all all read it or know something about it, to where they talked about how they was gonna infiltrate, infiltrate and destroy this whole thing.
Scores. I understand that. It was around when we was kids, right? You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, men still didn't move that way. Dudes perpetuate this lifestyle.
Hey, I'm in LA, and one of the things I'm in LA, and I know coming up in the hood, we had them. We had them out there. We knew who they were, and we knew who they were. We called them stallions, and they was up in North Hollywood or somewhere else that was nowhere around. They went and did their thing. When they came back to the hood, They didn't mess with us. We didn't mess with them. They kept it. It was basic, like they kept that thing in the closet. Now we knew who they were, you know, but come to find out, some of the big hardcore gangsters, man, they go to jail, come out, man, they about as sweet as a goddamn sweet potato pie.
They'll tell you, hey, Scorch, they'll tell you, listen, when I was in jail, I did what I had to do because I was in jail. Now that I'm out, I'm not
like that made it different, like it made it better.
Yeah. I saw dudes.
I'm jail gay. I'm not.
I witnessed that.
No, I'm not on that type of time.
No, I witnessed that. I went to visit one of my friends back in the 90s, man. And the guy that was in the streets, man, he was pretty hard, man. And I don't know what he was expecting, but I had a visit. I went to go visit my man, and he came out, man. He had his shirt, like, you know how the girls have it.
Rolled up like a halter top.
Yeah,
like a halter top.
He had the sleeves frayed and cut. And I'm like, oh, hell no. And that was in the early 90s, right? Like that was like.
Was that 90s. Your last visit?
Yeah, that was my last visit. That was it. That was true though.
Coach.
And I told my buddy, and my buddy spent a lot of time in prison, man. He had 3 felonies. And I never wrote him or anything, man. After that, never saw him. I said, man, I ain't gonna see you inside there. And I don't know, man. And listen, since then, I'm gonna just say this about my buddy who's had extensive time in the penitentiary, 3 felonies. Listen, he has a master's degree. He was the manager of the city that used to lock him up. And he has an escape charge. So if he can turn his life around, you young niggas better stop crying and do the right thing.
Yeah.
It should have changed.
My cousin back then in the 90s, she was she works for the city of Inglewood out here now, but she was a probation officer, and she always used to tell us, it was me and a couple of my homeboys, that we used to always go over her house, and she used to tell us, she was like, anytime you see one of these knuckleheads, she had us chase one of them one day, one of her detainees got out, whatever, and I guess he broke his probation. And she had me chasing this dude down the street, and I'm like, "What the hell? I ain't got nothing to do with this." She turned around when we caught him. She said, "I said, what you do that for?" She said, "Oh, that nigga was just out on vacation." I said, "Vacation?" She said, "He's a repeat offender." And she said, "I never understand that." She said, "Any dude you sit up there and keep going to jail for so long, and then they come out for 2 to 3 months and go back in." He said he only came out for a vacation, but he has to go be with his baby. And I'm like, what? She said that's what goes on up in there. I was like, whoa, I'm good.
Hey, Coach Bird, what you said, did y'all ever watch Key and Peele?
Yeah, I saw a couple.
It's like a comedy skit.
I was older,
but they had a skit on like that, and where Key went to go see Peele in there, and he's like, "Hey man, yeah, bro, I'm proud of you for taking that charge." And he's like, "Yeah, I've been taking it," like you know what I'm saying? And he's like, "Yeah, man, it's a dude in here named 7 Inch. We need you to take care of him." He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna take care of him. I'm already on top of that." Hey, then he got up and he had on these little bitty ass shorts. He said, "Damn, dog, what is my boy into in here, man?"
He was loving it, and I'm like, yes.
When it got turned out, dog. Hey, man, yeah, it's crazy, man. But that whole video was crazy, man. I wish I could have tuned in more. I was trying to get this follow-up video completed, man, but I wanted to come up here and say what's up to my guys, man. So yeah. What up, JT?
All right. So before you guys go, because I want to just get you guys' opinion about this. If you caught your wife cheating.
Oh, hell, here we go.
Hey, man. I ain't answer that shit. I ain't answer.
If you caught your wife cheating, would you tell her immediately?
Oh, I know what video you get ready to show.
Yeah, I would have to. I mean, damn.
Would you confront her immediately?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, I would.
No, JT got a shock for y'all. I think he got that video of old boy.
Well, that's old boy.
Hey,
That's old boy.
That's why I want to know what you guys would do if you caught her cheating and you got nothing but like y'all got kids and everything, and she was sitting here fucking around with a dude. She basically is in love with this dude.
No, this nigga.
Would you not want to get all the information that you can get from her and then confront her with it?
Well, yeah, you in a little joint, a little jam right there, dog. Because you want to have the evidence to be able to go to.
I thought we had the evidence. So you don't have the evidence, okay?
Yeah.
And so and this is your wife. This ain't no girlfriend. This is a wife.
Yeah, right. But you're saying, but the way you came out, it's like you had all the evidence. So you don't have all the evidence when you
got it.
So you only think you didn't find. You think you found out, but you don't.
No. You found out.
So you found out, but you didn't have.
You got the text. You have the location that she goes.
All right.
I
just want to set it straight. Okay.
You find out all of these things. You find out that, and matter of fact, it's so bad where you find out that she's taking prophylactics, Plan Bs.
Stop it, man. Damn, man, you cutting the wound, man.
You
I get the picture, man.
I almost thought you was about to play this video that I had where this woman, she was cheating on her husband, but her kids knew. I mean, like their kids.
Yeah.
Oh, that one too. That's another one. I saw
That's
that
another
one. That was cold.
But
you
wouldn't.
Somebody went over.
So I mean, this stuff it pretty much ruins you. I ain't talking about just no girlfriend. I'm talking about somebody that you done invested.
True.
What would you do, RP?
Well, I'm consistent, man. Listen, it'd be over. There's two things that's going to happen. One, it'll be so see, listen, I got to be honest. I'd have to do an economic analysis, not because I want to keep my wife, is I have to calculate how much I have to lose because her fucking somebody wouldn't absolve me from having to take care of her later on. Right? So if I stayed, right, not because I want to keep her back, but I would like to kind of make her life a living hell for as long as I could. And so she could actually divorce me because there's no love and marriage left. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. So we would be broken up even if I was still in the house.
Mm-hmm.
But so the honest part of it is most men stay with a cheating wife if he was the breadwinner because he knows that just because she was sucking somebody's Johnson doesn't make the courts not give her all your money. There's no fault divorce.
So you wouldn't get some type of well, you already said it. You said you're gonna make a life a living hell.
There's no coming back from that. I mean, there's no touching, there's no kissing, there's nothing, man. And so I'd effectively be checked out. I mean, I'd probably try to kick her out of the house, but depending on her economic situation, that's just not going to work. Right. In my situation. Now, if you have a woman who's equally yoked financially, then I would divorce her immediately because she doesn't have the leverage to really hold you because she's got money too. My situation is different. So that's why so I'm trying to cover the gambit. I would believe, first of all, no matter what, money or not, psychologically, our marriage is over. Our contract is just no way. There's no coming back. My imagination is too vivid.
What you doing, Scorch?
I don't know, man. Because he's saying that if I see it with my own eyes, I might have to send out an APB out for y'all to send me my bail money, or because I mean I'm just saying, man. You just we like to say what we would do, and when you're not in it, but you never know until you actually get confronted
in
with
that situation. Exactly.
So I mean, honestly, man, I that's that man. Hey, shoot. With this day and age, man, is some of the stuff that these people be doing, dude, it might just be better just to walk away and let it be and be like, whatever, because They ain't worth going to jail over, honestly.
No.
But but the thing is, you never know your mindset when you actually see it with your own eyes. And I'm talking about actually busting her into action. That right there is something that I'm sorry.
Nah, I want to know what.
Wait, but before you go, JT, let me just add one thing. I would check the state that I'm in, because if there's a law in my state that I can sue the guy busting her down,
oh yeah,
loss of protection, I'm taking him to court.
That's right. Now I do that.
No,
I'll do that.
You at war, so no doubt about it. That's what I'm saying. Most of us as dudes, you gonna have to get some type of compensation.
Yeah, and then it'll be easy for me to divorce her if I know I'm not going to be on the street, right? You know, if I can take this guy's resources and help pay that whatever I got to give her out. But if I'm in a state like in the South, they got some of those states that have that law. I'm taking the guy to court. I'm taking the guy to court.
Okay,
or
so
if I got evidence, I'm exposing it. I'm putting that all out in the open.
Yeah. Lou said he'll just leave. Lou said he'll leave. What's up, Torrance Moore? What's going on, man? He say make recordings, collect the copies for evidence.
Listen, and I'm with what Torrance said. I'm with that. Listen.
They're not using condoms, coach. They said she's taking
listen. So, but I've learned. I've learned, and I think about this. So I'm not a person that's gonna panic, right? I'm gonna make sure I get all the evidence I can gather up. I'm gonna email it somewhere that can't nobody get to it but me and my attorney. And I'm a person. Listen. I've never believed that a woman has cheated on me. If my wife cheats on me, she can have you raggedy, dusty ass ninjas out there. I'm gonna make sure that she take every little jacket, shoe she got and get up through. I'm like R-Pain. I only want to do that. I'm a construction engineer. I'll start over. I'll build me a hut and pay some of y'all $40 to come through on Thursday at the end of the month. And it's gonna be all over the trees in the woods wherever we at. But you know, I listen. I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay if she go bye. I ain't gonna lie. Bye. I'm gonna sleep with everybody's grandmamas 40 and under.
What we doing, Frank? What we doing, bro?
Cry about this shit.
I would like to think, because of the other video, I would like to think that I would have the discipline, man, the wherewithal to say, I'm going to handle it as well as the other guy did, where where his wife was cheating and his kids knew. So
that was a cold shot,
right? And so when
you talking about the daughters, right?
Yeah, when he seen
that was cold.
The wife, she in the shower, the text message come through. He sees it. He's like, okay, she got plans. She about to go meet up with him, right? So he said, okay, bet. Let me turn her location on her phone. They get to the restaurant. She's supposed to be with the daughters. She's supposed to be having dinner with the daughters, and they cover for it, right? So he gets to the
kissing on the boss.
Right, she up there with her boss, and so so Buddy stands outside, he take pictures, and then he sends it to the family group chat and say, hey, I'm glad to see y'all all together having a good time. You know what I'm saying? So I would like to think that I would have that type of discipline, man, to be like, you know what? I'm gonna get some evidence, because when we go to court, and I know how it is in the court system, but those judges are people too. And when they start seeing some fucked up shit, you know what I'm saying, like that, like, damn, she really in public with another man doing all this, and his daughter's involved in all of this. Like, I'm telling you, man, that the judge might just be like, you know what? Yeah, you need to get on about.
Get your ass.
Get your ass on about that man's crib. Like, you don't get nothing. You already done broke the violation. You already did some violations. You've been cheating. No telling how long this been going on. You got your daughters involved. Like, this is just a wild situation. Man. So
that's diabolical.
But I mean, but the inner me, I know I don't got that discipline, dog. Hey, listen,
You got to get some type of get back, bro.
I might crash out. I'm just gonna be honest.
I might do a waiting to exhale and just go on this let a car go up.
Hey, dog, the thing is though, it's a dilemma though, dog. The thing is, it's a dilemma because it's her fault. Like it's not his fault. Like there's like I don't do it no more, but back in the day I was a wild boy and I didn't give a damn. But like it's not his job to say, yo, you're married. Like that's her job to protect y'all covenant.
For sure.
You know, and if she don't protect the covenant, I can't really be like as pissed off as I would be, as mad as I would be, and I know that I'm gonna be mad at him regardless. But I'm just saying though, real life, like I can't really hold that man accountable for my wife going and doing some other shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's the tough part.
But I would, but like our pain though. Listen, if he's a boss, I'm suing his ass too. I'm gonna sue them both on the same damn day.
Wasn't it a Sigma? Wasn't it a Sigma that just had this video going viral on Instagram talking about some? Oh yeah, when we go out to reach and recruit people, they be talking about how we GAY in Sigma and they don't really like us in Sigma and they want to be noobs and they want to be Qs and he was GAY and so they was like, and he said I'm the recruitment coordinator. That's why they leaving.
That's so funny, man.
Watch what you say to me, Jason.
I knew Frank could not let that shit go, man. Don't say that. He could not let it just go by. No way.
So look, fellas, I'm about to show this one, man. And this is probably, I don't know if you guys will agree with what went down or not, but let's look at this right here, dog. Here we go.
Man out there right now that has called his wife's phone multiple times, she didn't answer. She gonna walk in the house in a couple of hours and say that her phone died. He gonna smell that man on his wife. But because he loves this woman, he don't want to leave her. He doesn't want to break up the home and the family that he's worked hard to build. He's not going to bring it up. He's gonna suffer in silence. It's a man right now looking at his 3 kids and seeing a noticeable difference between that baby and them 2 oldest. But they all got his last name, and what he doesn't want to do is risk losing his other 2 children because he's asked about this baby, so he's gonna raise all them kids together. It's a man out there right now that has sacrificed his dreams, sold his motorcycle to buy her the brand new family car so she can ride nice. Whole time she is driving that really nice Suburban to her side dude's house. And he has now seen this car in an area it ain't supposed to be in, but because he is too embarrassed, because he doesn't want to deal with the humiliation, because he knows somewhere it's going to be turned around and twisted on him because you wasn't giving me enough attention at home. Even though this man had been working 12, 14-hour days to pay for that Suburban, he is just going to suffer in silence. He don't want the drama. Let's just be honest. Women cheat better than men do. So the reason why you don't see a lot of men having to suffer through the ridicule is because women don't get caught the same way that men get caught. And men have to deal with the public humiliation of, man, you wasn't handling business at home. So they would rather keep those secrets and those questions buried deep. And in my opinion, if you ever see a man out with his family and he just looks absolutely empty, it's because he knows he's not loved in that household. He knows that he is not appreciated. He knows his wife is cheating. He knows that baby ain't his, but he knows he can't leave. Because some kind of way, he's still gonna be the bad guy, even though she was the one that stepped out.
Okay.
That part. I wasn't impressed. I know about all the Plan B pills you had to take, you filthy fucking cunt. Oh my God. Fuck you. I fucking know, bitch. That's right. I fucking know everything. Don't act like you don't fucking know. Oh my God.
Imagine it is your big 40th birthday and you're having a celebration with family and friends, only for you to turn around and use your birthday party to expose your cheating wife so everyone can know the real about her.
Ooh wee.
Get into it, y'all. Like the video, share, as well as subscribe to the channel. Thank y'all for watching.
Well, thank you everybody for coming here. I mean, amazing. I mean, honestly, listen, guys, the love of the room is unbelievable right now. I just want to thank everybody for coming to celebrate with me.
This is his birthday party, y'all. If y'all didn't catch it, so this is where he at.
Oh shit! I mean, listen, I know you like spending money and partying, but it's over to me. I'm only teasing. It looks amazing. Thank you so much. Listen, I'm sure my in-laws, my parents contributed as well. So I thank you guys. My in-laws, I can see all of you. Seattle, Macy, Jose, wherever you are. Listen, from day one, you guys have always shown me love, and just want to tell you from my heart, I got love and appreciation for you guys. All that nice stuff being said, though, guys, you didn't get me. I knew. Listen, so they did a good job. She almost had it. It was close. I'm an investigator. You can hide anything. I know everything. But because anybody party, because I know my wife, everyone here knows my wife, I figured it'd be pretty smart of me, even though it's my birthday, to get her a little something, right? Well, happy wife, I'd be like, bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's working. Uh-oh. I'm really nervous. It's funny, last time I did this, I was wearing the same shirt and my Uncle Sonny's cufflinks. Pretty ironic.
You're not shading. What's going on? You flipped it on you, sir. I don't know what's going on. I was trying to be nice. I tried to be okay. What am I doing here?
Just this one. We don't want to that other one. Oh, here it is. It's pretty. One's beautiful. Pretty good for a fireman, right? At that time, but.
Can I have it?
I fucking know everything. I know everything. I had to see his skinny little pill thing. I wasn't impressed. I know about all the Plan B pills you had to take, you filthy fucking cunt. Fuck you. I fucking know, bitch. That's right. I fucking know everything. Don't act like you don't fucking know. I fucking hate you. I never hit anyone like that. That's right, bitch. I know everything. I had to see his skinny little pill thing. I wasn't impressed. I know about all the Plan B pills you had to take, you filthy fucking cunt. Fuck you. I fucking know, bitch. That's right. I fucking know everything. Don't act like you don't fucking know.
What are you talking about?
I fucking hate you. I never hate anyone like that. I fucking hate you. I hate you for what you did to me, the betrayal. I hate you for what you did to my children. The fuck, you know exactly who it is. Exactly who it was.
What are you talking about?
Bitch, don't make me fucking show everybody. I know everything. Motherfucker, I know everything. I hate what you did to my children, the life you fucking stole from them. You know what you show them? I'll show them everything. You sure you want that? I don't think you fucking do. You know who it is. Fuck you. I don't give a fuck. And listen, whatever here doesn't back, still back all that, get the fuck out.
Ooh-wee.
Show them the life you fucking stole from them. You want me to show them? I'll show them everything. You sure you want that? I don't think you fucking do. You know who it is.
It's fake, right?
I thought it was for the first couple minutes. And listen, whatever here doesn't still backs this piece of shit after all that, get the fuck out. This is my goddamn part. Play that. You know,
boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Oh my God. All right, Paul. This is crazy. So I don't know if you guys heard in the clip, but you could hear some of her friends, the white friends. I think her name is Samantha, and the husband name is Nick. So if you heard in the background of the women talking in the video, the women were saying like, "Oh, he knows." So it sounds like the friends definitely knew what Samantha, the wife, was allegedly doing. And I've seen a lot of comments in some of these comments section, and a lot of people were like, she was a POS for what she allegedly has done. But there was a lot of people saying, well, why would he do this here to expose her in front of their friends and their family? Oh, it's so embarrassing. Well, for one, if he would put it out there, she couldn't to lie to everyone after the fact, right? So if he was to just straight up file for divorce and take her to court, she could always just say, oh, I don't know anything that happened. But in fact, he had the receipts and he had to let everyone know exactly what she was doing behind his back. Crazy. So here someone says, not the DJ being in on it. Here, she paid for his divorce party. I love the song choice. The real one stayed and celebrated with him. So it looks like maybe that's his friends and family that is there with him. And here, so my boy ended up having a good time. That's all that matters. Here, someone says, there's better ways to handle this guy. We could have set you up a slideshow on a projector or mail copies of everything to the guest list, etc. Here, the way she dressed for a family party, he should have known. Oh, because he has on the all black. Someone here says, you hear the pain in his voice. This is so sad. Yes, it is definitely sad. It sounds like he's obviously a firefighter. He works hard, taking care of his family. He married her. He assumed that the same way he was committed to the marriage that his wife was committed. But obviously, if you are sleeping with men and you have to use Plan B pills, then that is an indication that you are trying to get rid of something, that would have got you caught up. That definitely would have got you caught up, but you got caught up anyway, trying to be slick. And you were doing it on multiple occasions. So disloyal. And if you weren't satisfied with your husband.
Yeah, then we just ended with that. That was that hell of a get back. That was a hell of a get back. Ain't nothing that's gonna break that hurt that he got, but what do you think about, and you guys think about him throwing the party on his birthday and airing her ass, and her friend and her family aired them the fuck out?
It's original. It's a good way to do it. I mean, because if he has the receipts, just get it over with like the Band-Aid. The only sad part is he's got to get his kids DNA tested.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way he could trust the paternity of his children.
Yeah.
And the thing is that like, a girl, she did say one of the things where it's like, that what is it? Irreconcilable difference bullshit they be trying to put.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, fuck all that. It's because you cheated.
Well, he can actually say he's divorcing her for infidelity because he actually has proof.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that don't matter in court, man.
No, it does matter.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Okay, maybe if you've been divorced, maybe you know. Tell me why it matters with no fault divorce.
No, what I'm saying is it matters if you go to court and you file for divorce and you say it's for infidelity. The first thing they're gonna say is you need proof.
Proof, right?
He would that what he has right there would be proof that he need all the proof he need to go in there and basically get whatever it is that he wants out of that, because he's proven that she's out there doing. She was out there cheating.
I mean, do you have any evidence that it matters in a no-fault divorce area? I don't think it matters. I don't think that's how I don't think that's how they divide property and shit like that, based on the fact that your wife is sucking somebody else's dick.
It just comes down
I guess
to
it would
the law
also
of the
mean
state.
about what state you're in too. So that does play a factor.
Yeah.
What I'm saying right now, remember now, no fault divorce started in California, spread across the whole country because of that. And so what I'm saying
hold up though. I live in California.
That's one of the things. One of the things that California has stated, if you show proof, you can actually put that on there on why it is that you want a divorce. You don't have to use irreconcilable differences, but they're going to ask you, hey, you need to have proof of that's what it is that individual is doing.
And it's not, and the no fault divorce, like it's not so much that it's not so much about the court putting blame. It's more about the assets and the things like that you're asking for. So like now that it can influence the way the judge moves and dictate things like the alimony, the property settlements and things like that. And so you know, as long as if you have that proof, it's definitely a good thing to go ahead and submit that to the court because it could eventually help you not have to pay alimony for a long ass time. Or
let me just tell you,
it does play a factor. It varies by state because what's going to happen is, like the brother was saying, it is going to play a role in what gets done and when the judge makes his or her decision. It also, in some states, when you go through it, you have to go through mediation first before you go in front of the judge. So that also does play a factor too. So the fact that he has receipts, he has all this information, finding out that his wife was stepping out. Now she has very little to no leverage in demanding, saying that she wants this or I deserve that, and it doesn't work. Now that he has information showing that she was unfaithful, it also can be seen as, her irresponsibility is what led to the dissolving of the marriage. And the thing people forget also, in a state like North Carolina, you can be charged with adultery.
Yep.
Yeah. And I think that's the one thing. I think it's North Carolina. I think it's North Carolina. What else, Coach Ferg? What other state?
No, I'll just say it's a few states that.
It's a few states.
Even in Kentucky, that's one of that causes for divorce where you can just pretty much get what you demand.
I think Oklahoma is the other one, and I think it's North Carolina, Oklahoma, but and Coach Ferg and JT can answer to this also. You can get charged with adultery while in the military as well.
Oh yeah, yes, you definitely can.
You sure can.
And they're gonna take everything. You gonna be
and people don't realize, that when I tell them that, they look at me like I'm crazy. I'm like, nah. I know people who got charged with adultery, conduct unbecoming of whatever position they were in. Exactly.
Okay, so yeah, it has adultery is still technically a crime. Is a crime in 16 states.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow!
Yeah, though it's rarely enforced. These are the states it includes: Alabama, Arizona, Florida, Georgia, Illinois, Kansas, Maryland, Mississippi, New York. I didn't know that in New York. Okay.
Really?
Yeah, New York, North Carolina, North Dakota, Rhode Island, South Carolina, Utah, and Virginia.
I can believe Utah. I can believe because the majority of the people there are members of the Mormon Church, and they're very strong on family.
No, watch
this. They're stroking 100 people each. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but this is what's crazy. It says additionally, Oklahoma, Michigan. I didn't know that.
Wow.
Hey, you better watch out, JT.
And Wisconsin. Yeah.
But the laws can be out here wilding on Wednesdays.
That letter's coming in the mail, brother. It's in the mail.
That's a lot.
They're gonna FedEx it to you, make sure you get it.
But see, here's the thing, though, JT. Even with that law, a lot of brothers, even if they are in the situation like this video, they don't even push forward to say, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
they need to wait until. I just wish brothers would wait till it's hell they ass. Take all that shit. Give me the house, the kids, the dog.
Because you know what it is? It's a double standard. Like women do that.
Man, listen, brothers, listen. Don't care about how women make. Don't let us shame you into not doing that shit. If you done invested your fucking life, take all that shit. Take all that shit. She go back to her mama. I hang out with our friends.
Yeah.
And you take your kid to Disney World
Listen to
every
their
summer.
dreams, man.
Every summer, you and your babies go to Disney World. Fuck that shit off of her dime.
I'm with you, Coach. Trust their asses, man. I tell you, man, my man Xavier from the football team, Xavier, whatever his last name, when the chick tried to get him arrested and lose his contract.
Oh yeah.
Xavier, and he didn't at first. He didn't want to press any charges. And I said, man, you gotta take this chick, and you gotta put her under the jail. For men are stupid. We are just stupid. We say, I don't want alimony from this rich chick, or I don't want this. Nah, man, we got to use the law to destroy the women who try to destroy us, man.
Yeah.
It's simple as that.
Because if we start reporting it, they'll start seeing that trend. They'll change that shit up.
Yes, Xavier.
I think what it is. Yeah. I think what it is also is the fact we've always been taught: take the L, swallow your pride, so on and so forth. And and I think that's what it is. Guys are sick and tired of swallowing their pride. Guys are sick and tired of biting your tongue.
It was some feminist woman telling you that bullshit.
Right,
You ain't a
right.
real man.
We getting older. We getting older. I want my 21-year-old son to get everything he can get. You got 14 Christmases left. I want my son to get everything.
Jay Blige or Halle Berry complain about that.
Yeah, work hard and shit. That time got 14. We all got under 10.
Yo. Before we check up out of here, somebody getting something. Shit.
Right. Yeah, young fellas deserve it.
Yeah, man, it's crazy because just when I seen that video, man, and shout out to the young lady that actually did it, Mona D. Her name is Mona D. She's kind of balanced in her content that she does, and that's what's pretty dope about the content that she do, man. It's pretty cool. But yeah, man, that right there is just so painful. And I think I can just sympathize with anybody that has to go through some shit like that, man. That shit is not. It's to break a family up, and especially something that you put mad effort into.
Yeah.
Somebody decides that, it ain't even the fact that they decide that they just all of a sudden wanted to cheat. This shit was going on for a while. Like, it's like you put all this effort in back, and then they put all that effort in somebody else.
This is end time, man. But JT, think about it. Think about this, right? A fireman, what they 1 day on, 3 days on, 3 days off. They got a schedule, right?
Right.
So just imagine within them 3 days what she was doing. Listen, then you see the dude, right? He over there all strong like scorched earth and shit. You mad as hell. Like, this motherfucker.
Hey, don't be using my name as no
That's sad.
I'm just saying, man. You realize he all bum.
Yo, he's cheating. His name is Scorched Earth. He's talking to a fucking chick, man. Who's Scorched Earth, bitch?
Wait, it was a video that I did. It's on one of mine. It was a video I did a long time ago on a guy found his woman in the bed cheating with a dude. So it was a white guy. His wife was white, a boyfriend, a wife, but he crashed out, but he couldn't really crash out because he wasn't. The dude that was banging his wife beat him up, knocked his ass to sleep.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So he's like,
damn.
You can't even be mad. The man couldn't even have a moment of being upset and mad and crashing out.
My man got beat down and went back and beating.
You gotta make sure that you put him down. Period.
Yeah, so you
can't get knocked out.
He runs up on it, so the dude jumps out the bed, and on it you couldn't see, but you just heard it. Where the guy just started, and she was like, "Stop it!" She was telling the dude that she was screwing. She was like, "Stop it!" She said, "Are you serious? You just gonna knock my boyfriend out like that?"
Oh, that's funny. Hey, JT, I got one for you. That's just funny. I remember my man came up here. I think it was Pete, right? That's all right. he said he caught. I think he said he caught his girl, getting banged out. Right. And I said, hey P, did you look at his dick?
Bring this some old man shit.
Only him. Only him.
That's funny.
No, Arpain, but what you said is, I'm gonna tell you, story I had just coming home from the field, and that happened to a friend of mine's. His wife, he walked in the house, and she didn't know he was getting out the field. She thought he was doing 45 days. He ended up doing 18 days. So
he found Jody.
He goes in the house, and it was one of my other friends that told the story. But he gets in the house, and he goes upstairs, and he hears his wife moaning and all kind of shit. So my man that took him home was, helping him get his bags in a living room. So he said, hold on for a minute. He said he looked. He said, oh boy, creeped up the steps. All he heard was dum, 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 dum. And he goes upstairs. He runs upstairs to see what's going on, right? My man that was banging his wife out was up with his dukes up, butt ass naked. He said, oh boy, looked at old boy, looked down at his dick and looked at his wife and said, bitch, I'm gonna kill you. I said, no. And man, that story went through the unit. I was like, my man had to leave. He had to leave that unit, bro. It was like, yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna kill you.
That's the story, man. You gotta look at Jody. Wow.
Hey, listen, man. I tell you what, man. Any man catching his wife in bed with a dude, I don't give a shit who you are. You're gonna take a peek and see what she's fucking down there. You're gonna say, oh, holy shit. And that's gonna judge how bad you're gonna get. Somebody's not leaving this place alive.
Right, I'm killing everybody. Put some clothes on. That's crazy, bro. That is crazy. Hey, in the military, we can go on and on and on with them type of stories, man.
Ooh, yeah.
That's kind of like cheating city right there, man. That's all through there. Infidelity, just all through it, bro.
When I was in Fort Knox, right? I mean, not Fort Knox, when I was in Fort Polk, right? It was a little white couple. They were married, had been married about a year, right? I guess, he followed her one day. And he called her. They found him in New York 3 days later.
Oh man.
Wow.
What did he do?
He took her out? Wow.
He just took it off. He took it off.
Oh, get out.
Hey. He took it off. Yeah, he took it off. He took it off. Just took it off and took it with him.
Passion.
What time did you? What time frame did you go
I was
into?
94 to 97.
I don't know if you heard. It was a story, man. It's we used to have.
I was in from 93 to 2000.
So okay,
95 to 2006.
During this time,
he was there when I was there.
I don't know if you guys remember this story then, because if you talk about 93 and you talk about what, Ferg,
I got there in 93.
Y'all remember? Do y'all remember the twin Sergeant Major's kid? Sergeant Major of the Army, and then the other Sergeant Major kid. One of them was doing it. One of them got caught messing around with one of his subordinates, the Sergeant Major, not the Sergeant Major of the Army.
Were they with the 5th?
It was during the same time that Clinton got caught up. Same time.
Oh, was it Gene McKinney?
With that woman?
Was it not Gene McKinney? Was it, or was it after Gene McKinney?
This was doing it. No. Was it the McKinneys? Did he have a twin?
I think he did.
Y'all served at the same unit or something?
No, we talk about Sergeant Major of the Army, and then you talk about I can't remember the.
I think it was G. McKinney. Because he was Sergeant Major in the Army when I went in, and I went in at 95.
Probably no. This was yeah, but he was he was the one that replaced the kid. He replaced him. He replaced old boy. So
okay.
But that was that story. That was the the whole thing with the president. But then there was this other story about this E7 that one of his subordinates was taking his wife down. He was screwing her a lot. Well, old boy, yeah, this dude was an E4.
Oh yeah.
E4 Mafia strikes again.
So this how bad it was. Somebody had gave my man the E7. They gave him. He was a platoon sergeant too, and they gave him the news. This was in Germany. They gave him the news that his wife was pregnant. I can't remember how he did that, but the baby could have been. They didn't know for sure if the baby was his or not, but it was kind of like it could have been old boys because they was having a relationship. This man found this out, and the day that she was in labor, he caught my man on the phone talking to her in the phone booth. This is when they still have phone booths, y'all. He cut my man's head off with a machete. Took the head, put it in a box, took it to the hospital, and put it right there. You know where they land, where she's laying out on the gurney? Put it right there on her legs. She opened the box out. It was the old boy's head that was on there.
Wow.
E7 had did that. That was like during the same time all of that other stuff was going on, man. That was some big ass news. That man.
Wow.
That man did spend a day in prison.
Yeah.
He didn't spend a day in prison.
What do you mean he didn't spend a day in prison?
Was this in Germany?
It was in Germany.
But he was in the military. Bob Payne. He was in the military, and his wife, right? She's held to the same standard.
Yeah,
UCMJ.
I mean, they had him in. They had him in. Doing the trial and all of that.
Yeah,
stuff.
Right.
He didn't get convicted.
Yeah, crime of passion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's held to. If you marry a soldier, you held. If he reports you cheating, you gonna go back home with your little raggedy ass slippers that you came with.
And she lost the baby too.
Ooh.
It was all screwed up. That's what really made it a really big.
Wow.
It was a big story, man. That story was huge. But yeah. So
what base was that at? JT, what base was that at?
Rapidly?
No, it wasn't in Graf because I was I used to go to training in Graf. It wasn't far. It was central. So it could have been like, you know what I'm saying? It was the central part of Germany.
Kaiserslautern, bomb holder? I'm trying to remember.
No, it around there. Not bomb holder. Yeah, it could have been over by K-Town.
Okay.
It's over that way. It's in all those.
Okay.
Right there in the center. Yeah. It was crazy.
Wow.
Wow.
I tell people, like, if you go into the service, put some time in before you decide to settle down. And I tell some people, if you're going to marry someone that's in the military, understand this is what the life is.
Yeah,
I understand the difficulties of the challenge. It's.
I'll say this:
I wouldn't invite.
If you're gonna get married in the military, it's best to marry a soldier. Don't marry. Listen, you don't want to marry that girl that live in the city where that base is. JT done ran through her. Our Payne done ran through her. Done ran through her.
Yeah.
Everybody done ran through
Stay
her
away
for a
from
couple years.
Do not fall in love with a
Not
back
the
rat.
city girls.
Not the back rat. Stay away from them.
But still,
I wouldn't get married at all, man.
Yeah.
I don't think a man in the service should ever get married until he.
I got married after I got out. I got out in 2006. I got married in 2009.
But Payne, it's kind of hard for that to happen, especially if you're on deployments a lot, because
that's why you shouldn't get married.
Nah,
Yeah.
you want
It's a
somebody-
mixture though. For real,
Yeah,
it's a mixture.
Yeah, it's a mixed type
No,
of feeling.
well,
but
I
you-
know it's a no. I'm
50-50.
not saying how. I'm not trying to say how it really is. I'm saying that
Yeah.
in an ideal world, you shouldn't get married, especially if you're active military. Why?
Not if you're in a deployable unit.
You shouldn't get married.
Nah.
You're in a deployable unit. I wouldn't recommend
Exactly.
it for nobody.
I'm trying to make
But I pay not every.
Nah,
Some units they pretty stable in
Mhm.
the bases.
If
They don't
you
really
gotta
move.
leave your wife for a long time.
Those deployable
you
units. No, I
shouldn't get
wouldn't.
Yeah.
If
I
I
know
was
some- yeah.
infantry, anything infantry, anything combat, no, don't do it.
Yeah.
But if you just
Infantry,
campaign,
cavalry.
I could be in finance, Arpain. I could be
Special
in
forces.
finance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you
Like
saying
9 to
something
5.
like that, infantry, if you talking about dudes
No
that's
combat.
rapid, those combat rapid
Oh, I hear
deployment
that.
dudes, I understand that,
That's
but not no damn person that do the mail.
We're talking about
He
people
can get
that
married.
deployed.
They can get married.
Honestly.
Nobody working in quartermaster. It's
They can be married. Those are the married.
Hey, y'all.
right. Yeah.
If they safe if they in the Air Force, because you know the Air Force don't go no goddamn where.
That's true.
Yeah,
That is, unless you're a PJ. Unless you're a PJ.
yeah.
Unless you're a PJ, a combat controller, or a stick jockey. Other than that,
Yeah,
you're
other
safe.
than that, you ain't going nowhere. You safe.
But the Air Force are the first to go.
No, they
Guess
not. The
what?
Marines are.
Not always.
Listen. The Air Force gonna go to the air bases and get it all ready for you.
Man, look,
They
look.
ain't the first to go. They be on TDY. They have
Okay.
I mean, they ain't training now. They ain't training too hard now. That's what they ain't
Hell
doing.
nah.
They ain't
The
training
only
too hard. but they
the
going
only
now.
people only people in the Air Force that get dirty are the PJs, the combat controllers, and the weather techs. That's it. Other than that,
90% of them.
Man,
Everybody else
when we was in the Middle East, bro, when we was in wherever you were at, if you was in Jordan, if you was in Kuwait, wherever you was at, day before, and this is the craziest thing, those early deployments, Desert Storm and shit like that, they had, because it was hot as hell. The first people that ended up getting those air conditioned tents was who?
Air Force.
Air Force.
Because I got a cousin who was in Desert Storm. I got a cousin who was in Desert Storm in the Air Force, and he was telling me about that. He married
they got
into
there
my
first.
family. Like he married into my family. I think back in '92, like right after he came back from deployment and everything
From the
else. He
first
did another
Desert
year or
Storm.
so. Yeah, first Desert Storm. And after he finished up, you know, he was already dating my cousin, and they're still married. They've been married for almost 30 years now. So
JT, were you in the first Desert Storm?
No, I just went there. I just got there. I had just got. When they were coming back, I was one of the dudes that was, because I was
cleanup crew.
Yeah, we was going back, getting everybody's vehicles back in PMS, PMCS, and all that stuff. Yep, then we was the ones doing that, and then I went to the other one. I went to what was it?
Afghanistan.
No, Operation Desert.
Desert Shield.
Shield.
That is
it was Desert Shield, then Desert
You got
Storm.
Desert Shield, and then you got
No,
Desert Storm.
Desert Storm was before 92 when I went. 93 when I went in.
Hold on.
Because I
The only thing that was going on in '93 was Mogadishu.
Whatever the
I was
difference
Desert
was,
Storm.
was
I was Desert Storm. I
Me
went
too.
in
Storm.
in December 16th. I was running the Persian Gulf in December 1691.
Okay, so it was Shield.
Okay, so you was in the first one. Okay, yeah.
That was
okay,
Storm.
you're right.
That was Desert
I was at
Storm.
both of them.
Yeah, I
One of
said
them-
Desert Storm.
Yeah. I was at both of them, but I was the one that I was in. I didn't go there to do all. I was going there to bring everybody back.
Yeah, to bring everybody back.
And then
But
when the coast was clear, and the motherfucker said, "Don't unpack." We going
Don't
back.
unpack.
Yeah, and then it was Operation Joint Endeavor. That was in Bosnia, the former Yugoslavia.
Yeah, I remember that. I heard about
I
that.
went to Bosnia when I got to Fort Polk because I ain't. It was crazy the way it happened because once I got to I went to Fort Hood 21st replacement, and when I got there, they like everybody was like, "Man, you lucky." I'm like, "What you mean I'm lucky?" They like, "You're in the best unit on the base." Cool. So I went there. I did my little 6 months, and I had the luxury. I worked one day on and I worked 5 days off. And what we did, JT, is similar. Say you had to come home for an emergency, we would house you. I would pick you up from the airport. We would house you, and then your unit would come and pick you up after 3 or 4 days that was in the field. And if you were going home, we come get you. You'll come to us. We'll take you to the airport. I'll register you, or they'll get you on one of them MAC flights, and you'll be out of here for 14 hours trying to get home.
Yeah.
But I was also able to go downtown, man. I got to walk around downtown Riyadh almost every day after the war. We slept in a high-rise.
Did you still wear your combat patch? Did you still wear the combat
I was at
patch?
KKMC, and we had a compound. It was crazy. In the middle of the desert, we had a compound. It was 500 women and 120 men.
Oh, hell no.
Let me tell you something. They were, man, military women of the day. Listen, man, I had so much
already
fun.
know.
Then I was in Riyadh for I got to go downtown Riyadh. Hey, man.
Hey, Army for Cheese was being dropped and raped, wrapped in all type of different ways, huh?
Yeah, it was.
but I stayed. But it was crazy. Really quick, where we stayed for about a month, we stayed in a high rise. It was, I would say, you can call it an expensive condo. It was made out of marble, had about 10 floors, right? From the doorway all the way to the ceiling, it was just marble brick. And the people don't really stay in buildings like that. They rather stay on the land. And I used to go down the highway and see guys driving the little husband, and it'd be 4 or 5 women in the big old Caprice body, the Caprice Classics, the big bodies, and they all got babies in there. The streets was clean, man. The gold, they don't even use 14 karat. They use 18 and 24 karat over. Man, it was so much lavish. Every brand had its own store. That was wild.
That was an experience, man, to go over there and see how they was like, because we
couldn't take no pictures either.
Yeah,
I wonder why.
We were thinking like, what I'm saying, when you really thought about it, you thought it was just gonna be and it all was dusty as shit though.
Yeah,
but man, you get a chance to get a glimpse of some stuff, man. You be like, these motherfuckers they got bread over here, man. Especially if you got a chance to kick it in Saudi Arabia.
Man, they had McDonald's, Burger King.
Crazy. Yeah, that was wild, bro.
I ain't see it wasn't no crime or nothing, man.
But when you get to traveling and now your ass going over to Kuwait and Jordan and all that shit, that's when you start seeing the real shit. You be like, oh, damn.
You start seeing third world right there.
Hell yeah, man.
It was a great experience.
Hey, JT.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, you need to play your intro for everybody, man.
Yeah, I couldn't download it, but I did get it off of here. Let me see if I can put it on here right
quick. What you must have made that. You must have made
crazy.
That.
No, hold on, let me put it over here.
JT, what you got over there sipping on, man? What kind?
Well, he's sipping on some shit, that's for sure.
No, I am not, y'all. It's the weekday. I don't do none of that on a weekday. No. I gotta get up too early in the morning, man. And I be doing.
Man, I got off work a few hours ago, so I got off a few hours ago.
Oh, okay. You good for a
It's
minute?
day near midnight out where y'all at. Shoot, I'm on the west
It's
coast.
already after.
You on the west
It's well after midnight, man. It's already after midnight.
Yeah, I forgot all about that. It's way past y'all. Our pain. Why you not sleep, man? It's past your bedtime too, man.
When you retired, man, my whole day is 24/7. I don't have
every day is Saturday. That's why.
Every day is Saturday. If I go to bed when I feel like, I wake up when I feel like, man, and shit. That's it. It's a beautiful thing, man. I have
salute to our pain.
Yeah, man.
Exactly.
Hey, man,
exactly.
I pray that all you guys get to the point where you have your own hours.
Hey, that's JT, y'all.
What the hell? Is any sound to this? Oh,
yeah, I'll put the side up. So this is in Detroit too, man. They had
wow.
They had a players ball not too long
Yeah,
ago.
y'all city country in Detroit for real. Y'all city country.
They still mad because the Pistons got knocked out of the playoffs. That's why.
And it stink. Detroit. What up, going only in the D is stink pink gators for my Detroit players. He's dressed like an upgraded version of Pepto-Bismol, and the holes, he got them all. You see it. It's the mink, and it stink. Detroit. What up, dog?
Hey, just for you, JT.
They had another one because it's a longer one that they got where the dudes was they I guess that's what they be doing. They be dragging the they shit on the floor and shit, and they all got gator. Those were gator boots, dog. All those.
Oh my god!
You talking about them boots was probably about $6,000 to $10,000 depending on who they had to make them. So a lot
That's
of those
some
dudes
crazy
be
stuff right there, man.
yeah, they get Dapper Dan, and those were actual pimps.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Wow.
I was looking for hey JT, I was looking for R Pain, man, but you know they didn't have the stripper version, the stripper version.
Yeah, listen, man, it's a hell with BMU with that stripper shit, man.
Hey man, do you guys know who what's this dude name? His first name is Kurt. White guy. He goes on to the college campuses and he have live debates with those with the kids.
Yeah. You talk about the guy from the outfit that Candace Owens used to work with.
Yeah.
I forgot the name is
G3?
I don't know if it's Kurt.
Huh? I didn't hear what you said.
G3?
No.
No,
It's a white boy, right?
It's a white guy, yeah. It's
Yeah,
a white
his
guy.
name's not Kurt, it's something else. But I know
He do these college tours and
Right.
he'd just set up a canopy, get a microphone, let them be able to debate him. And them kids is, man, I'm like, y'all need to go get y'all money back. A lot of those kids, man, they idiots. They liberal idiots, man. And it's weird when you see it because you can't believe that you got this many people that go to college and they are not aware at all. It's
They stupid as all get out.
Man, he dumb.
Yeah, but you know what though, JT? You know, I'm telling you, I think every parent who has kids that's going to college, you got to realize that they're being indoctrinated when they're there. And you need to be able to try to counteract that because they're out of your purview because especially if they're living on campus.
Yeah.
They become, when the kids get out of college, the vast majority of them come out as liberals.
Mm-hmm.
The vast majority, they fucking feel for everything. You know what I'm saying? The reason why I found that out kind of a little late is because when I started having, some extra, Sunday dinners with my daughters after they got back, right? Because I moved them back in the house with me. And we started talking about real substantive issues.
Mm-hmm.
I said, how the fuck are you guys my daughters?
Wow.
This shit that y'all talking about. Wait a minute.
Wow.
It's crazy. You had them for 18 years, they go for 4, and they come back as if they was never yours.
Yeah. No, but you know what? It's my fault because I got the Black Plague. The Black Plague is that we were all born liberals pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Because we all follow the same party. We all, and it takes a heightened and I'm not trying to get anybody converted, but there's a certain revelation you have to come in on a personal level that says, wait a minute, everything that they were saying on the liberal side of the shit don't make sense. It's not the best for us. And a lot of us, like I said, I hate to almost say this shit, man. In 2016, I voted for Hillary Clinton. And I hated that bitch.
You cringe every time you see when you.
Yeah. I'm thinking about why did I do that? I didn't like anything about this woman. Because we were all so indoctrinated about being Democrats and liberals and shit. And until they started getting into this wokeism and the transgender stuff, something hit me like a shot. I said, man, this shit ain't right. This is not natural.
Yeah.
I can't vote for these guys, and because these things are antithetical to my life, right? And so that kind of snapped me out of it. Here's my thing, and this is why I think I'm a great father. I can't. You know how a a person who's a sinner, then they become religious, and the pendulum swims from one extreme to the other.
Yeah.
I was going to make sure that that's not going to be me. I'll never go back to the way I was before, but I'm not trying to force, since I ruined my children, and I didn't try to, indoctrinate them. Even my wife is like, she's still liberal and all that, but we don't have these arguments about politics. But I'm not going to try to impose the way I think now on them in a forceful way.
Yeah.
So the conversations we have with me being contrary to what they believe, they're so productive because they come at me with the same old liberal bullshit that we hear. And then it forces me to explain to them why some of that shit is just bullshit.
Absolutely.
And that's a better conversation. So when we have our Sunday dinners, they're so fucking productive. I have such a good time with talking to them because the one thing I did with them is I always had my daughters challenge me because when they were young, I used to tell them I know everything. I said, I know everything. And they spent their whole adolescence trying to prove me wrong. You know what I'm saying? Until they found a way to say, I got you. You didn't know this. I said, right. They still play the game. But anyway, but I know I'm going off the. So what I'm saying is just basically I have a good time just being able to say, listen, we don't have the same political ideology, but they understand more where I'm coming from. Because I could tell them where I was before and why I changed.
Yeah, you can actually go into details.
Right. When you like you said, JT, when you talk to your daughters now, it's just such a when they get older, it's the conversation is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Because I don't have to try to be the master anymore, right? I said, this is how we think, but we go back and forth, and they're comfortable enough to talk to me the way they would talk to another adult.
Yeah.
They keep it respectful.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? And I don't talk down to them like they're my daughters.
Right.
I talk to them like human beings.
Yep.
We have a good conversation.
Yeah. So that's why it's just at a point where I looked at this one little clip. It's a little short clip that I looked at, and I was just like, she needs to talk to her parents, right? Because somebody had indoctrinated her the wrong way, and hopefully it wasn't her parents. But watch this right here.
Right now, Planned Parenthood actually helps the Black community just in regards to helping us not be overpopulated. Right? The Black community is overpopulated. It is.
There have been 20 million Black children aborted since 1973. Do you think that's a good or bad thing?
So the Black community is still overpopulated because of our government. It is. Gang relations.
The Black community is the low replacement rate.
Stop talking so I can finish.
You just said that there are too many Black people. How can you say that?
So I didn't say that. And don't clip on either. I didn't say that. Don't clip on. I didn't say that. Don't clip on. I didn't say that. Don't clip on.
You just said.
I didn't say that. Don't clip on.
No, you didn't.
Don't say that. I didn't say that. As a Black, I didn't say that. So don't misinterpret what I said.
You said Planned Parenthood's helping you because the Black population is too overpopulated.
Is that what I said?
That is a ridiculous statement, man.
Is that what you believe? Is that what you believe I said? Is that what y'all believe I said? Is that what I said?
That's exactly what you said.
Did you say the Black population is too overpopulated?
The Black community is overpopulated to this day.
Jesus Christ.
So and that's a college student.
First of all, I gotta say my daughters never said no shit like that to me. Okay? Let me pull that out. You know what I'm saying? They never thought no bullshit like that. But that's something.
So I know it's a case of people wanting to get on that soapbox, right? So I work in the middle of University of Michigan, right?
Okay.
And you see that, like when you go onto the campus, especially like now it's about to be the summertime, and most of the students that was going home, they go home. The rest of them, especially because we have a lot of Asians, so the Asians, their parents stay here. They come and move to America with them and everything, or they just end up staying here, right? They get in those, they got the little apartments and stuff, and their parents just make sure that they, pay for the apartments. But when you get on certain parts of that campus, man, when I tell you, I was like, and this is supposed to be because U of M is, they say it's a liberal. I mean, not a liberal. I'm sorry. They say it's an Ivy League college, but it's not a real Ivy League. I don't know the difference.
It's a public Ivy, I think. It has that academic repertoire to where it's a public Ivy. I think what you're trying to say.
U of M is top notch, man. It's top notch. Man.
Yeah,
there's no doubt. It's top notch.
It is, but when you see it, bro, I'm like, I've been down there because I was planning on going down there and actually doing some content down there, asking questions, having some set of questions and stuff, asking the students. Man, them damn students be I say at least once a month or something like that, they're picketing for something else. It's just one after the next. It's just I was like, I can't believe this. And it be stuff that's happening across the world. It be whatever it is that they're doing. Like you'll see a lot of cats to be having debate classes and stuff like that. Like even with their sororities and their fraternities, they got a science fraternity, a science sorority. They got anything that you want to have fraternity. And like the debate team, they have their own sorority. I was like, man.
It's academic.
Yeah,
it's academic.
That's part of it.
It's like that at a lot of schools. Like one of my cousins, she got a degree in I think accounting, and there was a fraternity for those who wanted to be accountants.
Yeah,
that's very common.
Yeah,
that's like one way of networking within your major. If you didn't want to pledge a fraternity or sorority, or you don't feel comfortable, say, joining a D9 or a fellowship, if this is your major, you join this quote unquote fraternity or sorority of that major.
Hold up. You can do both.
You can. I do know that. I know.
Both. You don't have to choose between your divine nine and your.
I know some cats that are Divine Nine Greeks, and they are bruhs. They, you know what I'm saying? They Masons. I know.
Listen, I mean, when it's a lot of them. Yeah. I mean, of course, there's always the Masons. There's always the Masons that a lot of people have gotten to.
Yeah. One of my friends he graduated from high school. One of my cousins, he lives in North Carolina now, and he's Groove and he's a Mason. And he's been heavily into Groove for a significant amount of time. His father, God rest his soul, his dad was Groove. That's how he got into it. And that's how I first heard about Groove, was through him. And then I found out about them when I got to college, and a lot of them knew him because he does a lot of mentoring.
I know one of the original members of Groove High Groove. It started at West Virginia State. This is what he told me. We went down there for a homecoming weekend. It was probably the greatest homecoming weekend I ever seen. I never knew that there was a HBCU called West Virginia State in the heart of West Virginia.
Really?
Man, when I tell you that college was all that, that weekend,
did not know that.
We took 80 students.
Are they still there?
Yeah, man, it's been there since the 70s.
That is some wild stuff right there.
I've heard of Virginia State, but not West Virginia State.
Hey,
that was in the middle of the Ku Klux Klan.
The only colleges I knew in West Virginia, in that state, was West Virginia and Marshall. That's it. I've never heard of West Virginia State.
Tell you, if you ever get a chance to go there during a homecoming weekend on the football team. And I'm talking about it was sold out. It was 10,000, maybe 15,000 ninjas.
Really?
From
West Virginia?
West Virginia, boy, you talking about a good time. Man, I never seen so many kids sign up to go to college, man, in that time right there, boy. Them kids love that whole experience. We took 2 bus loads. And man,
that's another thing, man. We should even have like a video, man, where we just dedicated to college life, man. It was unbelievable,
man.
When I was in college, man, that was just a
time.
It's actually what you call it, a coming of age period of time.
It is.
Every person,
that's the way it's supposed to be.
And I think that's the way it's supposed to be. But man, I mean, I think everybody on this panel, everybody's college educated to whatever extent. We all have stories. We all have stories to tell.
Man, I know I
You
got
know,
some crazy stuff.
and man, some college years was like unbelievable, man. Because I know when I went in at 18 and I came out at, with my degree, I was like 22. That's the most. I was an engineer, so it's definitely 5 years or 6 years, whatever. I didn't get my degree. I was graduated in 5, but they didn't give me my degree until I paid every fucking thing back.
Oh yeah, guess what? It's a balance.
So you gotta pay all, so I was up in Buffalo, man, just to because I kind of made a life up there, but man, I got so many stories,
man.
That
You already know.
Endless.
And most of them are good stories too.
Yep. I have fun in college too. I did the work study thing. I pledged to be not frat. That unfortunately that didn't go through, but I had a great experience doing that before I joined the Army. And I've always told, kids, this is the youngest one. She wants to say hi. This is Sinclair. And and I've always told a lot of kids, if you have a chance to go live on campus because college ain't the 13th grade. College is more than just about going to class. College is going to class and socializing and interacting and meeting the people that you're probably going to be friends with for the rest of your lives. It's a very unique experience. I always try to encourage a lot of young people. Listen, if you have a chance to go to college, do that. Even if you live close to home, live on campus because it's an unforgettable experience.
Yeah.
The only thing I would add to that though is we got to, as parents, and a lot of people don't realize this because you're just thinking they're in a safe place. They are indoctrinating. They are.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
I'm like, we have to be as parents, at least like you were saying, Payne, we have to be able to challenge them, but we don't want to turn them off. We want to actually get them more engaged.
Right.
And that's why when you talk about how a person can, like, I tell a lot of people, you don't have to argue.
That's
when
right.
You have Google and all these other things. I mean, instantly we can do some fact checking, and then like the way that I like to talk, I like to, to peel those layers back, because sometimes you can be proven wrong if the person does the right, research, and you're like, yeah, it looks this way, but this is why it is this way. Like when you have those type of conversations, man,
it's fantastic.
It's a beautiful thing when it's your kids, they're young, and they you can tell, you can see the growth in them and all of that stuff, man. It's dope, man.
Especially if you have shared memories.
Yeah.
And you'll see it differently. Like my oldest daughter, right? She got a full scholarship to the University of Buffalo, pretty much. But it's like, I'm in New Jersey. That's 400 miles away. Right. She wanted to go to Rutgers, right?
Okay.
And so when I told her, when I found out, I said, man, you got to, just start for Buffalo. Let's go. She cried. I mean, she gave me the full-fledged white woman tears. Okay. and I said, you got to be the only person in the world crying that you got a scholarship. What the fuck you talking about? And so in her mind, all she thought was Dad just wanted to get rid of her because he didn't want to pay the cost for college. I'm serious. That's what she thought. And me, I'm saying to myself, right, while we're talking, I says, listen, if I send you to Rutgers, you get some, I'll find a way to pay for it. But if you got loans, you're paying them back. Mm-hmm. But still, I swear to God, still today, her interpretation of that encounter was I wanted to get rid of her.
Oh, okay.
And I told her, wait a minute, hold on. I said, that's what you still think? You went to Rutgers. I paid for the fucking thing. You still think I wanted to get rid of? Why would I do that?
That's her story, Payne. When she tell people about her encounter, that's her story that she tell them.
I told her this. I said, listen, I could tell you this. If you were a boy, your ass would have been in Buffalo. The thing in her favor was that Rutgers is like 20 miles away from where we live.
Oh, okay.
And to me, I said, shit, man, this is going to hurt. I'm going to pay for this shit. But it was something comforting to know I could reach out and touch her without having to go.
Once you actually engaged in. And this is what I say about college.
And that's why I said, okay, I'll do it. Right. I mean, my older daughter was even closer, but But
paid.
she was on campus. Go ahead.
No, I was going to ask you, did she live on campus or come home?
Oh no. I wanted her to stay on campus.
Okay, so this is the thing, and this is what I used to tell all students. I don't care if they went 10 miles away or 200 miles away. Your first couple of years, preferably if you can do it your entire 4 years, stay on campus.
Oh, yeah.
One, it ain't just the experience is great, but it's also safety too.
Mm-hmm.
Stay on campus. You get them up off campus, the little neighborhood nugs, they see you going to school all day, they'll come in and take all your shit, and it's a lot dangerous. So stay on campus. I know it costs a little money, but to me, it doesn't matter if they go to a D1 Michigan or if they go to Michigan Community.
Yeah.
You go, if you have the smarts, if you know, and that's why I tell you, you know you're smart enough to adjust, go get the scholarship, whatever school it's at, because, and I'm gonna shut up. When Biden was in office, remember during COVID, he gave away 2 free years of college to anybody coming out of high school for the next 2 years. Most students that graduated high school in what was that, 1920, would have been able to get a free 2-year degree. But a lot of people didn't attend college. And now they are adults out here with the job market the way it is, finicky.
Yeah.
To go into places and work where they really ain't made for it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have those technical skills. But again, my son, man, I try to get him. He okay. So now he getting his CDL. So I'll say, if that's what you want to do. But if not, JT, guess what?
Hey.
You better run your ass over and pick one of them, what's that, them 5. Them 5. He 22 now. I told he doing
good. The CDL's a truck driver's license, right?
Yeah, he won't get his class.
But so like when they get a little older, one of the things we found out is that, I'll let you read this, is that college, you don't have to start at 18. Sometimes you need to be more mature before you go to college.
Yes.
And have a direction.
Yes.
So if it takes him to go and drive trucks, and
he may not go, and get
a little bit of worldly underneath.
I agree with that.
You know what? You're going to pay for it. I told you, because you're paying for this.
Oh no. He's
not you,
now.
But he's paying for this.
Yeah, he's. But see, that's why I tell him, like, if he get to a little gray area, he realize, damn, man, driving these trucks ain't it. You subject to have some health problems. Listen. Go on in there for a couple of years, let them give you some direction. Because he's a good kid, he work hard, he got plenty of money in the bank, he got his little car and stuff. I'm like, man, don't be out here trying to struggle a career. Let them go and give them 3-4 years. This is just me. Let them give you some direction. They're gonna pay you to go back now. Now you come out, you're gonna go to trade school, they're gonna pay for all that. They're gonna pay for all that.
They got it. Them benefits is crazy now.
And you get hired first. And and some now, like firefighter go in the military, do 4 years, they give you $30,000, $40,000 bonus.
Yeah. You got a pay. You get a
you get it after basic training. You get it like $10,000, $15,000 every year and a half.
But a lot of the problem is that they can't keep them in, and the ones that want to go in, they can't pass these little tests, man.
It's dumb as hell,
they
ain't
can't
they?
pass the ASVAB test. They can't pass the physical test. They too frail. I'm like, and they have to be able to see how rigorous you are, because basic training, if you ain't used to running, that's gonna take you out before anything else take you out.
Exactly. Oh, that's designed to do that.
And hiking. If you don't know how, if you don't like marching, you don't go to the Army. Yeah, because you get it in one of them units, especially Fort Carson. Oh man, we run.
Fort Drum. Fort Drum.
So Fort Drum was my last unit, right? Let me tell you what happened. I used to be an NCO on the range, right? And so we did cold weather shooting, and we did everything cold weather. We had shit in the. So I had this one, we was doing the training. And I was doing that. Let me tell you, we had that one unit that was over in Alaska. that came through. And we were training them in cold weather training. I said, yeah, this shit cold as hell here. If you got Alaskans coming here and we're training them in cold weather, because that lake effect snow, it's something about right there at Fort Drum, even in Buffalo, where that lake effect snow is crazy. Chicago, the same thing. Detroit, we don't. You got to be at certain parts of Michigan to get that lake effect snow. It's just cold here, and then some. It's like compared to those cities right there, Detroit is cool. You would think it ain't, but take your ass to the Windy City. It's the Windy City for a reason.
Chat there, brother. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got my man Big Ad. What's going on, Big Ad?
Shadow Wizard Money Gang. We love casting spells.
Hey, Big Ass say, JT, you know you wrong for having Payne up there this late. He going to sleep for the next 2 days for this. Appreciate you, brother.
All right, Big Ed. Don't worry, man. I'm gonna have to track you down, man. It just I might have a whole slew of super chats for your ass.
Hey, man, we about to go ahead and get up out of here, though, man. Great conversation, brothers.
Yeah.
What's
up, JT? How often you gonna try to do this every week? Or
every Wednesday. Every Wednesday. I won't tomorrow. Next week. I'm gonna be in. I gotta go to Tennessee. My grandbaby is having his graduation. Now the craziest part about it is just kindergarten, but I got to go. I got to go there. But every week from that point on, I'm gonna be doing Wednesdays. About to set it all back up, man, so we can start getting our people back over here, man. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Let's just keep going. Listen, I know I'm trying to turn up my channel a little bit more, but I'm still gonna do Mondays over here. This Monday coming up, man, I got 20 minutes of Anton Daniels schooling a panel full of women. It's absolutely phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Anton, man, when he goes on these rants, sometimes he's like this. He's
was that the one when he was telling? He said, "Man, y'all losing." He was telling them that they were losing, and they.
Yeah, it's recent. It's a recent one.
I see.
Yeah, you talking about it, man? He was unbelievable, man. And he was so on point that they couldn't even get mad. They were like laughing in recognition that he got them. They were like all in analysis. A panel full of women, none of that hyena shit. They were saying, "Oh my god, man!" I said, "Man, it was like vintage Anton Daniels."
Yeah, I've never seen anything that I just didn't like about it. I guess because I don't know him that well. But we here, both of us, right here in Detroit with each other. And I go every once in a while, I go on his panels and stuff. But I like what he got to say, man. I like
think about, man. And listen, I tell you what, 2 years ago, I did a one-on-one with Anton. It was 20 minutes long. So as an icebreaker, I'm gonna show. I was like maybe like 90 pounds heavier than I am now, man. My neck was all out to here and shit. My head was here. I was saying, but I'm gonna go ahead and suffer through everybody fucking me over. But as I'm gonna do a little piece of that as an icebreaker. I said, man, and I had a terrible camera, like I shouldn't even be on YouTube. And but we were talking for a lot. I mean, it was one of his, like, if you don't agree with me, shows, So I came up, I didn't really disagree. So we had I looked at it, I said, man, we were talking for like 20-something minutes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely play that, man. And
I'm gonna play some of it. I'm gonna play some of it because when you look at yourself back, I said, "Oh my god!"
Oh, yeah, me too. I can't, man.
Not me, So
I said, I told my boy, I said, I'm just gonna keep those videos up. I tried. I said, I can't. I was cringing. Them first 10 videos I did, I said, nah, I can't keep it up.
It's very difficult, man. Anyway, man, so that's me. I'm done. Go ahead, gentlemen. Right.
Yeah, man. Y'all got any last thoughts, man? Any last words?
Nah, man. Good show, man. Appreciate you, man. You know what I'm saying? I was looking for a good laugh this afternoon, man. You provided it, man. Hey, JT.
Once I get back into it, man, I got the stories for you.
Look. I told my wife about your military story, right? The one about you beating your face.
You told me to beat my face, and I was
I told her earlier. I said, remember the guy I told you to see? First thing she went to, you talking about the guy that beat his face? I said, yeah. I said, he gonna be doing the show today. She said, I know, that's gonna be. She said, you gonna laugh at it? I said, yeah. So you have been discussed over here with your crazy military story. It's one of the best I've ever heard. It's one of the best I've ever heard, man. So
I told a guy at my job, he was in the Navy. He was in the Navy. I told him the story of what you did.
Yeah.
He could not stop laughing. He almost fell off his forklift. That's how crazy, that's how much he was laughing. He was just like, you guys sitting like, I swear to God, that's what he did. That's what he did. He was like, no way. He was like, yes.
I had absolutely no military bearings, bro. That's why I could just like, I was like, wow. I was like a fish out of water. Like there was nothing. And then, you know, what really made me tell it, because I used to tell it all the time when I used to be, you know, my subordinates and stuff like that, they just getting in the unit. And so I just let them know. I was like, I wouldn't always this guy. Yeah. And so I tell them that story, man. They just bust out laughing all the time, man. Look, I didn't have any military bearings. Bro.
Anyone that went in, we didn't have it. We didn't have it when we first go in, and it's like, wow.
Yeah.
I'm realizing.
And you get proud of yourself because I be like, man, I'm doing it now.
I know. Ironically, I'm like, this December will make 30 years when I made that decision.
Wow.
And
I'm over there. I'm in the 30s too. Yeah.
And I realized that, like, damn. I didn't realize how putting my name on that contract and taking that oath forever changed my life in so many ways. Like Mandrell said when I first came onto the channel, going in and saved my life. It wasn't like I was in trouble, but it gave me something that I never thought I would ever get.
It gave you tunnel vision.
It did. It did. And I remember sometime back, I think it was about maybe like a little over a year or two ago, I was with my parents, and it was me and my parents, my wife and the kids were there. We were just having like a nice little something, and my parents were like, "Listen," my mother was like, and it just came out of nowhere. I wasn't even expecting her to say it. She was like, "At first, I didn't think, I didn't like the fact that you decided to go into the military, but looking at everything now, you made the right decision, and I'm proud of you." Yeah. My father said the same thing, and I wasn't even looking for that.
Yeah,
I wasn't even looking for it, but when I heard that, I was like, "Wow!"
Absolutely,
like, yeah,
absolutely. It puts something in you. I am a component of at least 2 to 4 years. Young folks go there and get there, especially when there's no wartime, and they can you can gain a lot, man. I didn't even realize it until when I got out, I was like, I gained a lot. Like I went to school twice. I got right now. They did another GI Bill. I can literally, if I wanted to right now, go back to school. And it's way more money than what I got before.
Yeah, it's a lot more.
Yeah.
I had vocational rehab, man. They pay for everything in Mississippi State. I still got paper and pencils and shit from Mississippi State, man. That was 20 years ago.
Wow. Not to mention, you guys can travel anywhere if you get on one of those freights where the government is going.
Yeah.
It's called a hop. If you can get on that, but it's sort of, you got to have the DOD.
It's hit or miss. I understand.
Yeah.
I had a buddy, man.
If you got that DOD, man, yeah. Even with guys, a lot of dudes don't know. Even a lot of DOD guys don't know. You can get a TSA or clear if you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can do all of that, man. A lot of people just don't know. I'm not going to no airport and just gonna be in them long ass lines when I ain't got to. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You could do. Yeah. Most definitely. All right, fellas, man. It's been a pleasure, man. Y'all take it easy. Yeah. We definitely. What's tomorrow? Who got something tomorrow? Who's doing something on here tomorrow? Is it any? Oh, Lit. So Lit is doing his thing. So yeah, he's gonna be the one that's doing his thing tomorrow. Y'all tune in to Lost in Translation tomorrow, man. And then Saturday is the barbershop.
Well, Friday, the barbershop.
Saturday or Friday? I think it'd be Friday.
What did I say? I said Saturday.
You said Saturday.
Yeah, it's time for me to go to bed, man. It's time to go to bed, bro. I ain't go to bed.
Speaking of bed, I gotta put her. I gotta put her to bed because she is now sound asleep. She was. No, she was waiting for me to come home from work. That's what it is.
That's what it was.
I come home at 10 o'clock. Like I come home and she'll wait up for me. And the minute she,
She's
out cold now, man. What are you talking about? She out cold.
He spoiled the hell out of her, boy.
Hey, this is the youngest one. This is the last one. Wow.
You like melted chocolate in her hand.
That's the one that's gonna be thinking totally different than everybody.
Hey, Antoine, let me ask you a question before you go. Your wife,
what's up?
Does she get jealous that you can make him so calm when you hold him?
No, she sometimes gets a little frustrated, but she loves the fact that.
No, that's what I'm saying. I know she loves it all, but the fact that
sometimes she gets. That time she would have a moment of frustration, like, how was it that I just like.
I got the magic touch. That's how you got. Hey, look, I'm just that guy.
I'm like Jordan in '92.
There you go, man.
All right, fellas, man. Love each and every one of y'all, man.
All right, fellas. Y'all have a good one. Be safe.
All right, now. Peace out, y'all.